Proudly brought to you by Davis Crushed Stone, Dr. Black's Eye Associates, Denny's Carpet, First Harrison Bank, Morgan's Auto Salvage, Our Place Drug and Alcohol Services, Prosser Career Education Center. Get ready for the excitement, the rivalries, and the hometown pride. It's Real Country 96.9 WKLO, your home for local sports.
Tonight means it's the last chance to tune up for the postseason for boys basketball teams. One team is celebrating a large senior class in their final home game of the season. Good evening, and thank you for tuning into our high school basketball broadcast here on 96.9 WKLO, streaming online at WKLO969.com, on our YouTube channel, WKLO 96.9, and on your Alexa. Just say, Alexa, listen to 96.9 WKLO. We hope you're having a good Friday night. Alongside our statistician and analyst, Greg Deaton, I'm David Deaton with the play-by-play story. Come on in to this gathering of family, friends, and fans. The Christian Academy Warriors, with a 10-12 record, are here after an eastbound trip to face the North Harrison Cougars, who also come in at 10-12 here at the Cougar Den on the campus of North Harrison High School in Ramsey. Well, the Christian Academy Warriors are coming into this matchup tonight having lost 6 consecutive games. The Warriors are a much younger team than they were a season ago, winning the second of back-to-back sectionals behind two great players in Josh Renfro and David Cook. The Warriors a totally different look this year, and they got out of the gate pretty strong, starting 5-1, begin the campaign as Steve Kerberg returned to lead the varsity program. He's been on the bench for the past couple of years as an assistant under former head coach Hayden Casey. But Coach Kerberg is back for his 10th overall season at Christian Academy, and his team is coming in tonight ready and raring to go to wrap up regular season play as they turn their attention to what will be a competitive sectional next week over in Borden in Class A Sectional 63. The Warriors kind of had an up-and-down December and January to start, and then won 3 out of 4 during one stretch in January, but they have, as mentioned, lost 6 in a row coming in with road games at Evansville Christian, West Washington, and Austin, with home games including Henryville, Trinity Lutheran, and the number 1 team in 2A, Paoli. The Warriors' last game was at Austin on Friday night. They lost that, or actually Saturday night, and they lost by a total of 52-37. Christian Academy really has one standout player in this lineup this season, and that's Noah Vance, who was really a role player last year for the Warriors. Vance has stepped into the star role and has done so willingly this year, averaging 18.3 points to go with 6 rebounds a game. He's tied for the lead in the rebounding with Zeke Urban, their 6'1 junior, who's averaging 6.3 points on the season. Porter Ritchie has been a good shooter from the outside most of the season, averaging 6.2 points per game for the 5'10 sophomore guard. And 5'8 freshman guard Cash Crawford kind of got thrown into the varsity role a little earlier maybe than expected, but he's held up pretty well, averaging 7.5 points and 2 assists per game for Christian Academy. They're not a high-scoring team. They're not really a high-flying team either as far as their pace, but they are a team that has improved throughout the season, and they are looking to try to add one more win to the win column as they come into postseason play again at Borden next week. For the North Harrison Cougars, they're coming off a tough stretch here their last 2 games, having lost 51-25 at Providence on Friday night, a game where the Cougars just could not get anything going offensively at all that night on the road. And then they hosted the number 1 team in Class 2A Tuesday night in Paoli. The Cougars fell to the Rams 57-42. And had a strong start to the game, but kind of faltered there in the second quarter when Paoli was able to get the advantage. The Cougars fought back and went nearly even with the Rams in the second half. A team, of course, that has been sensational this season, undefeated coming into their last game at Crawford County tonight. But the Cougars were competitive against the physical and deep Rams in that loss on Tuesday. The Cougars have reached the 10-win mark for the first time since the 2021-2022 season when they won their last sectional. And tonight marks the last home game for 8 seniors wearing the blue and white here in the Cougar Den. Caden Hain, Logan Hune, Dawson Sen, Bryce Fessel, Rylan Shank, Taden Rader, Preston Wellman, and Jake Roof will all play their final game here in this building as North Harrison High School basketball players tonight. They'll look to go out on a high note, just like the JV did in their last game of the season tonight. The junior varsity Cougars defeated Christian Academy 58-17 to set up what will hopefully be a sweep for this Cougar team tonight if they can continue to build on the things that they've been doing well all season long and try to get a little bit of something going right before postseason play begins for this team on Tuesday night when they go to Madison for the beginning of Sectional 30 when they take on Brownstown Central. Had the chance to talk to both head coaches before tonight's matchup. I talked with Christian Academy head coach Steve Kerberg about his first season back and he got his thoughts on the Cougars. And I talked with North Harrison head coach Ross Schultz about the Paoli game Tuesday, the Providence game last week as well, and we'll get the scouting report on the Warriors. You can hear from both coaches starting after the commercial break. Hear from the Cougar Den in Ramsey. This is the Davis Crush Stone pregame show. Davis Crush Stone located at 8605 Big John Road in DePaul. For all of your Crush Stone, lime, and aggregate needs, call Davis Crush Stone at 812-347-2707. You're listening to coverage of North Harrison Cougars basketball right here on 96.9 WKLO.
At Harrison County Hospital, your health is their top priority. Dr. John Gonzaba and the entire team at General Surgery Associates are proud to expand their surgical expertise with two outstanding surgeons. Dr. Karen Johnson-Burkhorst specializes in appendectomy, breast surgery, colonoscopy, gallbladder surgery, hernia repair, and minimally invasive procedures. And Dr. Stephen Thomas focuses on wound care, skin cancers, diabetic foot issues, and more. Call 812-738-0177 today to schedule your appointment. Learn more at hchin.org. Are tax season blues getting you down? Well, worry no more. Introducing Jiffy Tax Shack, your go-to destination for hassle-free tax filing. At Jiffy Tax Shack, they make tax filing a breeze. Experienced team of tax professionals can ensure you get every deduction you deserve. Fast, accurate, and affordable. That's the Jiffy Tax Shack promise. No more stressing over complicated forms or endless paperwork. Your refund is just a visit away. Jiffy Tax Shack in Tazewell, where taxes are made simple. Call 812-338-3258. Don't forget to ask if you qualify for the earner income tax credit.
Along with our Davis Crush Stone pregame show here on 96.9 WKLO. Christian Academy visiting North Harrison tonight here on the road. And with us now is Steve Kerberg, head coach of the Warriors. His team getting ready to face North Harrison here tonight. And we'll get to the matchup here momentarily. But Coach Kerberg, for our listeners who may not be familiar with you and your background, what is your background in coaching?
This is my 20th year. Spent 6 seasons at Jeffersonville with Tim LaGrange, who's the superintendent out here, I believe.
Yes.
And then 9 years as a head coach at Christian Academy. Went to New Albany for a couple of years and coached with Coach Shannon, and then came back and helped Coach Casey the last 2 years. And now I'm back as the head coach. This is my 10th season as the head coach at Christian Academy, so it's my 20th year overall.
Yeah, and of course you are very familiar with this program and what this program has been capable of doing. And last year it was a special season, winning a sectional. So what's it been like working with the group that came back for you all this year?
We've been fortunate enough to win 5 sectionals since 2015. So really just try to build a culture of, with expectations, you know, and that group exceeded expectations last year. The first group to win back-to-back sectionals since 98-99. So we'll have a chance to win 3 in a row this year, which has never been done in our sectional. It'll be a challenge, but these guys this year have exceeded my expectations with their work ethic and attitude.
Well, I know it looks like you have one senior and a handful of juniors on this team. So who do you look to for leadership on this team, Coach?
Our 3 juniors are our captains, Noah Vance, Zeke Irvin, and Monroe Beardsley. They've done a great job with their attitude and effort, their work ethic. They're holding the other players accountable. I couldn't give them a higher grade than the job they've done with that.
And, of course, too, they're bringing along these younger guys this year. And in some cases, some of those guys are getting their first real varsity action this year, too, it looks like.
Yeah, lost 92% of our scoring from last year. Basically all of our production. Noah Vance played last year, averaged 4.5 points a game. Besides him, no one really had varsity experience. So they've jumped in and had to learn on the fly, and I've been proud of them.
As far as having a younger team this year, Coach, how would you describe your style of play offensively and defensively on the court?
I think we play good half-court defense and try to get after it. They rebound well to be undersized. And offensively, we really work to try to get a really good shot. We're patient on offense. I like to think we can play fast if we need to, but we really like to try to control the pace of the game.
And defensively, you guys more man-to-man zone, or do you like to mix it up between those?
Predominantly man-to-man. We'll throw in some zone occasionally, but we try to pride ourselves in getting stopped with our man defense.
I was going to ask you, too, as far as the younger players on your team this year, anybody that stands out as far as how much they've grown throughout the season, or has it been a collective effort there?
I'd say our freshman point guard, Cash Crawford, has had to step in and, learn on the fly, but he's done a great job. Porter Ritchie, sophomore, has become a great scorer for us and a great defender for us. So I could shout out a couple more guys, but I'd probably start with them too.
Yeah, of course, you guys are getting ready for sectional like everybody else next week, and of course, you want to be playing your best basketball. So, how close do you think you are to being at that level going into next week?
We're fortunate enough to knock Morton off on the road at their place. It's going to be a battle. I think we're pretty comparable teams. We're looking forward to it and already prepping for them. So it's hard to balance preparing for a game tonight when we're really wanting to win in the tournament. That's been our whole goal this season.
No doubt. As far as your matchup with North Harrison tonight, Coach, what stands out to you about this Cougar team you're facing?
We just have balanced scoring, so we're going to try to do a good job of finding shooters and guarding people the correct way.
And as far as health goes for your team tonight, everybody available, ready to go for the Warriors?
We have a sophomore guard that's been out for 3 weeks. He would have helped us. Maybe chance we can get him back next week. Hudson Moyer, great shooter, great defender for us. But overall, pretty healthy.
That sounds good. Coach Kerberg, thank you so much for taking the time for the talk. You and the Warriors have a good game here on the road at North Harrison tonight.
Appreciate you all doing the game and having us tonight.
Thank you. Coach Kerberg joining us here at our Davis Crushdown pregame show. Stay with us. We've got the interview with Coach Schultz coming up on the other side of the break. You're listening to North Harrison Cougars basketball right here on 96.9 WKLO.
Giving parental permission for children to drink might feel like a chance for safe supervision, but the reality is you're increasing the risk of future alcohol abuse and negative consequences. In addition to the potential for misuse down the road, we also know that alcohol use by teenagers has a damaging effect on brain development. If you really want the best for your child, ask yourself, what message are you sending? Paid for by Our Place Drug and Alcohol Education Services.
Are you looking for top quality crushed stone in Harrison County? Look no further than Davis Crushed Stone in DePaul. At Davis Crushed Stone, they have been serving Southern Indiana for years, providing the highest quality crushed stone for all your construction needs. Their locally sourced stone is perfect for driveways, roads, landscaping, and much more. Plus, the friendly staff can assist you with your order, ensuring you get exactly what you need. They'll even deliver it right to your doorstep, making your project hassle-free. Choose Davis Crushed Stone for your next project. Give them a call at 812-347-2707.
We continue along with our Davis Crushstone pregame show here on 96.9 WKLO. North Harrison tonight hosting Christian Academy. It is senior night here at the Cougar Den as the Cougars wrap up regular season play. Head coach Ross Schultz with us now as his team gets ready for their matchup with Christian Academy tonight. We'll get to that here momentarily. But Ross, looking back here the last couple of games, you guys, of course, last time we saw you was Clarksville here at home, and then you knew you had a daunting road trip last Friday to Providence against a really good defensive team, and they brought that rugged defense at you guys last week.
Yeah, they did. We knew it'd be a tall task. Always is going in there, period. But on senior night, when they're really fired up, we started okay, but man, we couldn't get anything to fall. And their defense, like you said, it's physical and sticky, and we had a long night with it.
Well, it seemed like you guys stayed within striking distance up until the second quarter, and it seems like that's where Providence kind of got some distance between them and you guys.
Yeah, it kind of went how it does with us. When we get down, we get quick on our end, and then of course if they can score on theirs, and with their tough defense, they got tough for us there for a little bit, but we hung in there as much as we could.
And they also present a challenge having those two taller guys as well with Noah Leeser and Elijah Fuller-Tucker. Those guys are very formidable, and with their perimeter guys, they can kind of funnel your guys down to those guys protecting the rim.
Yeah, they maybe don't have quite the offensive firepower that they've had in the past, but I think this is one of their better defensive units they've had, and they're so big, man. Not just tall, but they're strong and they're wide, so it was a tough challenge for us, and we got frustrated and, didn't play through the foul calls very well. We'll work on that.
I know, of course, you guys struggled to get points on the board that night, but what did you think about your defensive effort against Providence overall?
I think it was solid, especially at the start, first quarter, and then, better in the third. But, when you're not scoring, your defense is going to drop a little bit. But for the most part, all year we've done well in that defensive end, and we brought it for the most part that game as well.
Well, and then you knew it was going to be another challenge in a different light on Tuesday night with the number one team in 2A, Paoli, coming in here, and the Rams really coming in. You knew they were undefeated. You knew they were balanced, and so it was a challenging matchup walking in.
Yeah, we knew it going in. If somebody needs a sectional preview, they can just come to us. We saw Providence and Paoli, they're back-to-back, and that may end up being the final for them. But they're a great team. They do what they do so well, whether it's the full court zone press or in the half court man-to-man end zone. And they're just well coached, and they're all, again, it's not 2 or 3 superstars. They're just all really solid. And we handled a couple of them okay, and then the one kid, number 30, came out and really hurt us. So it was just a tough battle all night. We started hot, hung with them there. But we were 1 for 15 from 3, and that's not like us. If we make even just 5 or 6 of those, it's a different ballgame.
Well, I was going to say, too, you guys were 1 out of 2 to start, and then you missed 13 in a row, and it just seemed like the basket got smaller and smaller the more you guys were missing those threes.
It did. That makes it tough. We stuck with it defensively for the most part. The second quarter, again, got a little hairy, but yeah. And most of those threes were decent looks. Of course, at the end, you're kind of rushing and you're shooting a few of them. But, yeah, I can't change much there. We want those looks, and hopefully they'll go down tonight.
And, of course, with a team like Paoli, you mentioned their defensive prowess. They're as physical a team as you guys have seen this year, but it seemed like you guys were pretty equal to the task as far as that went.
Yeah, we've been a pretty physical bunch this year so far, and we knew that would be the case anytime with Paoli, but especially this bunch. And we matched that for the most part, yeah. They just they hit a few more shots than we did that night.
Obviously, too, they're not a huge team as far as height goes, but they have so much strength, and it's good to see a team like Paoli, especially going into the sectional, playing a team like Brownstown that has some of those same attributes.
Yeah, you got Providence, Paoli back-to-back. You're going to be ready for about anything defensively heading into sectional. And, of course, Brownstown's always a physical team, well coached in what they do, so, yeah, it's a great preparation for that.
Well, of course, tonight a different team with Christian Academy coming in. They lost 2 of their best players last year, Josh Renfro and David Cook, so it's a different look this year. Steve Thurberg is back on the bench, so as you scout this Warrior team coming in, what stands out to you about them?
Well, they're not quite as big as they have been, but, man, they do what they do well. Like I said with some other teams, they move the ball well. They spread you out a lot. I've seen that. We got to be ready for that. They got some quick guards there, and, of course, a couple shooters. We just got to be ready to block them out and do what we can do.
Obviously, the standout on this team has been Noah Vance this year. He was kind of a role player for them last year. He stepped up. His role has increased, and he's somebody who's capable of getting hot in a hurry the way it looks.
Yeah, he can score from pretty much anywhere. He's kind of a physical kid if he wants to go down low, but he can knock it down from out front. And he's had some big games. I know he's had 20, 30-point games. So we've got to be ready for that. We got a couple other shooters. We got a quick point guard that we have to contain also.
Well, I was going to say, too, obviously, there's one player that's at the top of the scouting report, but you can't forget about those role players around that one player either.
That's for sure. We've ran into that with multiple teams, and sometimes it's the other guys that hurt us. So we've got to be ready for all of them, all 5 guys out there.
And as far as the Cougars go tonight, obviously it's senior night, an emotional night as well. Everybody healthy, ready to go for this one?
Yeah, we battled some sickness and injuries here or there, but we're ready to go tonight.
Good. Ross, as always, appreciate the time for the talk. You and the Cougars have a good game here tonight in your last home game of the regular season.
Sounds good, David. Thanks for being here.
All right, Ross Schultz, he's with us here on our Davis Crushstone pregame show. Stay with us. We've got the starters coming up after the break as you're listening to North Harrison Cougars basketball right here on 96.9 WK.
At Harrison County Hospital, your health is their top priority. Dr. John Gonzaba and the entire team at General Surgery Associates are proud to expand their surgical expertise with 2 outstanding surgeons. Dr. Karen Johnson Burkhorst specializes in appendectomy, breast surgery, colonoscopy, gallbladder surgery, hernia repair, and minimally invasive procedures. And Dr. Stephen Thomas focuses on wound care, skin cancers, diabetic foot issues, and more. Call 812-738-0177 today to schedule your appointment. Learn more at hchin.org.
Looking to update your floors? Denny's Carpet in Corden has been your local expert for over 35 years. From cozy carpets to durable hardwoods and stylish vinyl, they have it all and at prices you love. With top-notch customer service and affordable options that make it easy to transform your space. Plus, enjoy special discounts on select flooring. Stop by or call 812-738-8466 off Highway 62 in Corden. Denny's Carpet, because they know quality and affordability matter.
Let's go over tonight's starting lineup. First for the Christian Academy Warriors, 46.2 points per game on average, allowing 48.7. They're 10-12 on the season. They will start a freshman at point guard tonight, 5'8", freshman Cash Crawford, averaging 7.5 points and a team-high 2 assists per game. Joining him in the backcourt will be Porter Ritchie, 5'10", and a sophomore, averaging 6.2 points per contest. In the front court, Monroe Beardsley, 5'10", and a junior at forward, averaging 3.5 points and 4 rebounds per game. The center will be Zeke Irvin at 6'1", and a junior, averaging 6.3 points and 6 rebounds per game. He leads the team in rebounding. And the third guard will be Noah Vance at 5'11", and a junior, averaging 18.3 points, 6 rebounds, 2 assists, and 1.7 steals per game. The Warriors head coach is Steve Kerberg. He's in his 10th year leading the Warrior program overall. Spent a prior tenure from 2011 to 2020 as the head coach of the program. And Christian Academy's record with Coach Kerberg is 147-91. We'll get to the North Harrison lineup for senior night coming up on the other side of the break as we wrap up our Davis Crush Dome pregame show. You're listening to North Harrison Cougars basketball on 96.9 WKLO.
Hi, this is John Bender. Cooler weather, it's on its way. The Department of Energy says a properly insulated home can save you up to 20% off your heating and cooling expense. So make sure your home is properly insulated this fall. The Owens Corning ProCat Low-Fill Insulation System makes it quick and affordable to properly insulate your home. You can do it yourself, or we can recommend a contractor to help you. Learn how easy you can add insulation with the ProCat Insulation System by visiting us at Bender Lumber. Local people serving local needs for over 90 years.
Are you looking for top quality crushed stone in Harrison County? Look no further than Davis Crushed Stone in DePaul. At Davis Crushed Stone, they have been serving Southern Indiana for years, providing the highest quality crushed stone for all your construction needs. Their locally sourced stone is perfect for driveways, roads, landscaping, and much more. Plus, the friendly staff can assist you with your order, ensuring you get exactly what you need. They'll even deliver it right to your doorstep, making your project hassle-free. Choose Davis Crushed Stone for your next project. Give them a call at 812-347-2707.
Real country, pure country. 96.9 WKLO, Hardinsburg, Corydon, Paoli.
Time to meet tonight's starting lineup for the North Harrison Cougars. They come in with the same 10-12 record as Christian Academy. And the Cougars are going to mix it up tonight. They're going to start all seniors in this game. The one constant starter, Caden Hain, will be in the backcourt. Caden is 5'11" and a senior, averaging 6.6 points, 3.8 rebounds, and 3.6 assists per game. Joining him in the backcourt, Preston Wellman, a 5'11" senior, 7 points, 11 rebounds, in 14 varsity games this year. In the front court will be Tayden Rader at 6'1" and a senior. Tayden has a total of 8 points, 9 rebounds, and 4 steals over 14 varsity appearances this year. The forward, one of the other forwards will be Jake Roof at 6'1" and a senior. He is averaging 2.1 points in 15 varsity games this year with 8 total rebounds. And then the third forward will be Rylan Shank. Rylan is 6'3" and a senior, averaging 3 points and 1.6 rebounds per game for the Cougars this season. The Cougars are averaging 54.6 points and giving up 54.9 on average. Head coach Ross Schultz is in his third year at his alma mater, and the Cougars' record is 18-49 over that span. The seniors delivering flowers out to the moms tonight. Pretty cool to see that. Christian Academy, by the way, will be in the sky blue uniforms tonight, kind of the Carolina blue, but the white letters and numbers trimmed in the dark blue. Warriors in medium block letters across the front of the uniform above the number. The dark blue stripes around the collar and the shoulders with a white stripe down the middle. The white stripe around the bottom of the shorts with that navy and white stripe over that. And then the Warrior head logo in a hexagon that is navy blue and white on both sides of the uniform. I also have the Warrior head logo on the back of the jersey above the number. North Harrison will be in the home white uniforms tonight. The blue letters and numbers, North above the number and medium block letters, Harrison below the number. And they also have the blue trim around the collar and the shoulders. They've got the block NH interlocking on the front of the jersey. On the back of the above the number on the back of the jersey, the blue stripe, the thick blue stripe going down the side of the uniform on both sides. Ryland Shank had to go all the way to the top of the stairs to get his flower delivered to his mom up there. It took him a little longer than everybody else. Only had to go 3 rows up at maximum to get there, but the Cougars also have the Block NH logo, as I said, on the back of the jersey. And inside the blue stripe, they've got the white speckles there on both sides as well. The Cougars will be coming toward us here from the east balcony here inside the Cougar Den in Ramsey, while the Warriors will be going away from us to start off things tonight. It's the last regular season game for boys basketball around this area, and the Warriors will win the tip. Noah Vance tips it back to Zeke Irvin, who gives it up to Cash Crawford, the point guard, and he'll start things off for Christian Academy here tonight. Up the floor with it, bouncing it over to Vance on the right side. Down to the wing it goes to Porter Ritchie. Ritchie will rip through, gets it left wing straight away to Irvin. Or actually, that would be Vance. Vance hands it right back over to Ritchie again. He'll back it out to the half-court circle. Jake Roof on him for North Harrison in their man-to-man defense. Crawford has it now between the circles. Bounces it high post to Zeke Irvin. Irvin, left wing to Vance, lines up the 3 and buries it. Noah Vance gets the Warriors on the board first. 3-0 here early on in the first Harrison Banking Butler scoreboard. 7:17 to go here in the opening quarter. It is Rader getting into the front court from Hain. Back to Caden between the circles. Over to Ryland Shank. Right wing 3 is on the way. 6 out of 12 this season. Ryland knocks it down from the left side, and he makes it a 3-all tie. He is 6 out of 12 on 3-point shots this season. Incredible as it may seem, but it's true. He hasn't taken many, but he's made some big ones here late in the season. Crawford drives it left side, gets to the rim around Shank, and lays it in off the glass. Cash Crawford with his first 2 points of the night. A breakdown defensively for the Cougars. 5-3 there with 6:37 to go here in the opening quarter. Caden Hain across midcourt with it left side. He'll drive it to the basket, gets around his defender, and lays it up and in right side. Went right around Porter Ritchie to get the layup. Ties it all at 5 apiece with 6:20 to go first quarter on the first Harrison Banking Butler scoreboard. Crawford with it in the backcourt. Gives it up to Beardsley along the sideline. Monroe Beardsley gives it to Irvin on the right side of the floor in front of the Cougar bench. He gets fouled, and the Cougars, Caden Hain, will pick up the reach in here. That'll be the first on Caden, and that'll be the team's first as well. Inbound will be Porter Ritchie. Here's the Hey Porter chant coming from the North Harrison student section. Johnny Cash reference coming early tonight. Here is Cash Crawford with it around left side. Into the corner to Porter Ritchie. Back out to Crawford around to Vance on the right side volleyball line. Back left side goes to Crawford. Now it's Ritchie with it. He circles it around to the right side, and we're going to have an illegal screen coming up on Zeke Irvin here of Christian Academy. That turnover will be the first foul on the Warriors as well. So Irvin picks it up. Actually, no, they're going to say it's on the Cougars. I'm surprised. They're going to say it's on Preston Wellman. That'll be his first and the team's second so far. So no foul on the Warriors yet. 5:49 to go first quarter, tied at 5. With it is Crawford. Goes to the center court circle to Vance. Back to Crawford below the timeline on the right. Lobs it left side to Porter Ritchie at the volleyball spike line. Ritchie bounces it back over to Crawford. Took 2 bounces right side to Vance high post. Out to the corner to Beardsley. Back out to Crawford volleyball line. Vance gets it high post, bobbled it, and it gets it right back to Crawford right wing into the corner to Monroe Beardsley. Baseline bounce pass to Crawford. He'll back it out to the corner. Gets to the sideline, goes to Beardsley 15 feet away. Ball loose. Vance gets it, lost it, and then diving on it before, as it went out of bounds was Jake Roof down there in the right corner at the end of the bench. The Cougars not able to get it, but they almost force a turnover there.
Changed possession 3 times in that corner before finally came out.
Here it is with Crawford off the inbound, takes it left side, has it above the corner, backs it up now toward the volleyball line, goes to Vance, top of the key, over to Porter Ritchie on the right side, extended. High post to Vance, and he goes over the mid-range jumper, missed it back of the rim, rebound to Shank. Vance missing just beside the right elbow on the free throw line. Up the floor now with it is Hain to Roof, left wing, straight away to Rader, lobbing it down low to Ryland Shank. One-on-one goes up and lays it in. Right side of the basket, Ryland's got 5. It's 7-5. First lead of the night for the Cougars with 4:38 to go in the opening quarter on the First Harrison Banking Butler scoreboard. Vance up the floor to Beardsley in the front court. Back to Vance below the timeline. Crawford left side down to the wing of Porter Ritchie. Skips it to Beardsley. Open 3 right corner. Missed it front of the rim. Offensive rebound to Vance. Vance gets it left wing. Goes out to Ritchie in the corner. Down low to Urban. And he'll lay it up around Tate and Rader on the left side. Zeke Urban's first 2 points of the night. Ties it at 7-all between the Warriors and the Cougars here early. Cougars about to go to the bench here. Hayne with it in the front court. Kicks out to Ruth. 3 is an air ball from the right corner. May have been partially blocked as the rebound comes down to Porter Ritchie. He got it under the basket. Up the floor now with it is Vance in the left corner in his front court. Gets it out now to Ritchie between the circles. He'll slide it there from the left side. Back left side to Vance at the volleyball spike line. Crawford gets it right side this time. Back left to Vance. Down above the corner to Ritchie, who lines up a 3. That one's off the back of the rim. Rebound tipped. Urban comes up with it. Goes up, lays it in left side. Zeke Urban gets his 4th point of the game. Timeout, Ross Schultz and North Harrison with 3:36 to go in the opening quarter. It's the Cougars trailing Christian Academy 9-7 on the First Harrison Banking Butler scoreboard. You're listening to North Harrison Cougars basketball on 96.9 WKLO.
At First Harrison, the Banking Butler is more than just a banking app. It's who we are. It's a level of service we've delivered for more than 130 years. If you need to borrow money for a home loan, car loan, even loans for boats, RVs, you name it, First Harrison Bank will get you competitive rates with fast, local decisions. Apply online at firstharrison.com. The Banking Butler. It's who we are. Keep it easy. Keep it local. First Harrison Bank. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
3:36 to go here in the first quarter on the First Harrison Banking Butler scoreboard. It's North Harrison trailing Christian Academy 9-7. Here in the early going of this one, the Warriors return with their starting 5. Cash Crawford, Noah Vance, Porter Ritchie, Monroe Beardsley, and Zeke Urban. North Harrison made some changes. Logan Hune is on the floor for the first time tonight, along with Bryce Vessel, Dawson Sen, Ryland Shank will stay out there. So Rader, Roof, and Wellman all go to the bench. Sen drives it left baseline, kicks it out right corner to Hune. Up the wing now to Fessel. Takes it across the key out to Sen. Left corner 3 is up. Missed it off the front of the rim. The rebound comes down to Ritchie of Christian Academy on the long bounce. Out to Vance in the front court left side. Drives baseline. Kicks it to Beardsley in the right corner. Handoff behind him to Vance, who comes to get it. Vance backs it out. Goes to Crawford left to the top of the key. He jab steps. Drives in. Shank takes it away from him on the drive. Here comes Hayne. 1-on-2. Layup. Got it right side. Caden gets his 4th point of the night. And we're tied for the 4th time early at 9 apiece on the First Harrison Banking Butler scoreboard. 2:47 clock rolling here in the first quarter. Here is Crawford with it. Bounces it to Irvin in the front court. Actually, that's Vance again. Vance gets it right wing. Now goes to Irvin, the right of the top of the key. Zeke Irvin back over to Ritchie on the right wing now. Ritchie up top. Goes over to the left wing to Crawford. Cash Crawford. Back to Porter Ritchie. Around it goes to Noah Vance on the right wing. Sen is on him in the man-to-man. Bounce pass to the high post to Irvin, top of the arc. Goes back left wing to Ritchie. Ritchie gets a screen, dribbles up toward the top, goes back left wing again, and with it is Beardsley. Kicks it back out for a 3, and Ritchie sinks that one from the left wing. Porter Ritchie's first basket of the night. And it's 12-9 Christian Academy. 2 minutes to go here in the opening quarter. Hayne will bring it across midcourt. Left side it goes to Sen. Into the corner to Hune. Back out front to Dawson. Dawson dribbles right elbow. Kicks it out to Caden on the right wing. Hayne dribbles up top. Goes to Sen. Down in the short corner. Dawson rips through. Gets it to Hune. Corner 3 left side. Yep, ring it up. Logan Hune, his first basket of the night. Our 5th tie already. 12 all at 1:33 to go here in the opening quarter. It is Christian Academy with it. Ritchie has it in the front court between the circles, slides it left, stops, gives it up to Crawford, left side half-court circle. He'll pop it over to Vance, right side between the sideline and the timeline. And he's just going to stand out there and run clock. Coach Kerberg trying to get him to do so there as Fessel comes out to guard him. Fessel knocks it loose, couldn't save it from going out of bounds. Almost did, right in front of Ross Schultz and the official, but it'll stay with Christian Academy. Corey Burson and Talon Lewis, 2 juniors, come in for North Harrison, replacing Rylan Shank and Caden Hain. Good quality minutes from Shank early on as well as Caden. 1:11 to go here in the first quarter. So the lineup now, Talon Lewis, Logan Hume, Dawson Sen, Corey Burson, and Bryce Fessel. With it out front as Crawford off the inbound goes to Vance on the right sideline. Vance jab steps, now takes it to the middle of the floor, lobs it over to Ritchie, left wing extended. He's got Lewis on him. Hand off to Crawford below the timeline left. 51 seconds to go here in the opening quarter. There's a drive to the free throw line. Crawford backdoor Vance. He'll lay it in.
Nice backdoor.
Right side for Vance. Just a little move up the floor there just to get that edge. And now it's 14-12. Warriors in front. Lewis with it in the forecourt. Left side gives it up to Hume. Goes to Burson now with it right side. Burson will take it around the arc. Gives it up to Sen. Drives baseline left side around Beardsley. Kicks it out to the corner to Lewis. Then up to the wing. And a missed 3 there for Bryce Fessel. The rebound to Beardsley under the basket. 16 seconds to go in the quarter. Vance with it in the front court left side. 1-on-1 with Talon Lewis. Vance dribbling around. Finally gets to the middle of the floor. Takes it up top. Switch. Burson on him now. 4 seconds. 3 seconds. Vance going 1-on-1. Dribble. Step back. Tough shot. Sunk it at the buzzer with a hand in his face.
Nice shot.
A high degree of difficulty on that shot at the horn. And the Warriors will take a 17-12 lead into the second quarter on the First Harrison Banking Butler scoreboard. You're listening to North Harrison Cougars basketball right here on 96.9 WKLO.
Living with arthritis or an autoimmune condition can be tough, and at Harrison County Hospital, they're here to help, and they're excited to welcome Rachel Waite, APRN, the newest rheumatology specialist. Rachel takes the time to listen, create a treatment plan just for you, and give the support you need to feel your best. Ready to take the next step toward relief? Call her today at 812-734-3800 or learn more at hchin.org/rheumatology. Harrison County Hospital celebrating 75 years of caring for our community. Are tax season blues getting you down? Well, worry no more. Introducing Jiffy Tax Shack, your go-to destination for hassle-free tax filing. At Jiffy Tax Shack, they make tax filing a breeze. Experienced team of tax professionals can ensure you get every deduction you deserve. Fast, accurate, and affordable. That's the Jiffy Tax Shack promise. No more stressing over complicated forms or endless paperwork. Your refund is just a visit away. Jiffy Tax Shack in Tazewell, where taxes are made simple. Call 812-338-3258. Don't forget to ask if you qualify for the Earner Income Tax Credit.
Second quarter getting started here at the Cougar Den in Ramsey. It is senior night here in Ramsey tonight, along with our statistician and analyst Greg Deaton. I'm David Deaton with the play-by-play. Cougars circle around the perimeter and line up a 3 for Corey Burson. Dawson Sen got it to him from the right wing to the right corner. First points of the night for Corey, and that cuts the lead down to 17-15. Christian Academy took their largest lead at 5 at the end of the first quarter on a last-second shot from Noah Vance, who has it in the front court right now just below the left side timeline. Kind of going with a 1-4 low type look. Vance pops it over to Crawford on the right side, dribbling that way. Hand off to Porter Ritchie. Now it goes back to Vance, left to the top of the key. Vance dribbles, right elbow, lines up the jumper, buries another one. He is feeling good right now. Got his rhythm.
He shoots the ball really well.
19-15 to say between quarters there that shot at the buzzer looked a lot like a Josh Renfro shot.
Yeah.
Here's a 3. Sen, he buries one from the left wing. On the other end for the Cougars, and then a near steal in the backcourt. Hugh knocked it away as Vance was the intended target on the inbound pass just below us on what is Christian Academy's left side of the floor. Porter Ritchie was the inbounder. Now it'll be Crawford, Cash Crawford, to be the inbounder. They got the full length of the floor to go against this 1-2-1-1 look for the Cougars and the press. Crawford gets it off the inbound from Vance. Back to Vance, who lost it. Ball loose. He picks it up, gets it to a new face in the game, Gage Harrington, who's in for the first time tonight. Harrington is a 6'2 sophomore, 1.3 points and 1.6 rebounds per game. He joins the lineup that has Zeke Irvin, Monroe Beardsley, and not Beardsley, sorry, Ritchie, and then also Crawford. A jump ball as Crawford tried to go to the left block. The arrow will point to the Warriors, but Bryce Fessel doing a nice job stepping in there.
Yeah. Yeah, he's cut that lane off, and when he stopped, he just grabbed the ball.
That's a no-win for young Crawford tonight, especially against Bryce.
Yeah. Way too strong.
Inbound comes to the left elbow to Irvin, hands it off to Vance. He buries another one from the right elbow. Noah Vance has 12. 21-18. Well, you see why he's averaging 18 points a game after this performance so far. Send with it left corner up to Hune on the wing. Hune slides it over to Lewis between the wing and the corner right side. Short corner to Burson. Corey backs down. Irvin turns, gets the shot up. It went halfway down and popped out. Rebound tipped with Harrington getting the rebound for Christian Academy. Crawford has it up the floor now to Ritchie, between the circles to Harrington, and then back to Crawford, half-court circle. Harrington gets it back right side, down to the wing now to Ritchie. Ritchie to Irvin at the high post. He'll circle it right side, hand it off to Crawford. He'll drive, throw up the teardrop, missed it left side of the basket. Lewis is the one who collects the rebound. Fallon across midcourt with it. To Hune left wing into the corner to Sen. His three is an air ball down to Crawford on the right block. Crawford races it up the floor left side. Gets it knocked away from behind into the baseline, out of bounds to the left, and it will remain with Christian Academy with 5:27 to go here in the second quarter. 21-18, Warriors leading the Cougars. Caden Hain back in there along with Garrett Tucker. First time we've seen Garrett tonight. He is a sophomore who stands at 6'1" and is averaging 6.7 points and 3 rebounds a game. He's out there with Burson, Lewis, Hain, and Sen. With it is Vance up top. He'll dribble right side. He'll hand it off now to Porter Ritchie. Ritchie backs it out to the volleyball spike line. Takes it to the sideline, and a blocking foul is going to be called on Dawson Sen, who had to step in the way there to try to cut off the drive along that sideline right in front of the Cougar bench. Foul on Dawson's his first, team's first of the quarter. Inbound to Vance on the right side, slides it left. They go to the weave play out front. Crawford trying to go backdoor to Vance left side. Poked away and stolen by Hain. Up the floor to Tucker. Too strong on the layup. Rebound tip to Vance on the right side. He'll get it up the floor, left wing. He'll fake. He'll go up top to Crawford. Drives it down the middle, lays it up over Lewis and in. On the teardrop for Cash Crawford, his 4th point. The freshman ties the biggest lead Christian Academy has had at 23-18. 4:40 and counting second quarter. Send left wing down to the right corner. That three spins in and out from Burson. Rebound underneath goes to Noah Vance for the Warriors. Cougars have gone cold from the field, only are down by 5 right now as Christian Academy will go back to the bench and will send a new face in here momentarily.
Christian Academy is holding them to one shot most of the time right now, too, on offense.
Doing a great job on the board so far tonight. Here is a dribble out front. Crawford with it, takes it to the left elbow, bounces it out to the corner, and Coach Kerberg is going to call a timeout with 4:10 to go here in the second quarter. Christian Academy 23, North Harrison 18 on the First Harrison Banking Butler scoreboard. You're listening to North Harrison Cougars basketball right here on 96.9 WKLO.
Giving parental permission for children to drink might feel like a chance for safe supervision, but the reality is you're increasing the risk of future alcohol abuse and negative consequences. In addition to the potential for misuse down the road, we also know that alcohol use by teenagers has a damaging effect on brain development. If you really want the best for your child, ask yourself, what message are you sending? Paid for by Our Place Drug and Alcohol Education Services.
Hi, I'm Emery Jones, Career Education Coordinator at Prosser in New Albany. It's never too late to level up your life. Whether you're changing careers or finishing your education, Prosser Adult Education offers affordable classes to help you earn workforce readiness, improve your skills, or train for a high-demand job. Visit ProsserCareers.com or call us at 812-542-8508 to get started. Prosser Adult Education. Your future, your move.
4 minutes and 10 seconds to go until halftime here inside the Cougar Den on the campus of North Harrison High School in Ramsey. Christian Academy will inbound it. Monroe Beardsley, who's back in there, throws the inbound pass to Cash Crawford in the backcourt. He's joined with Porter Ritchie as well as Zeke Irvin. And for the first time tonight, 6-foot senior forward Ryan West, who has 18 points, 11 rebounds, and 9 steals in 21 varsity games this year. So Vance is not on the floor right now. Big opportunity here for the Cougars if they can take advantage of that. Beardsley has it on the left side, bounces to Ritchie above the corner. Ritchie driving toward the paint, stops, gets it out front to Crawford, open three, missed it off the back of the rim. Rebound, Haynes skies up amongst the crowd to get it around the free throw line. And he'll get it up the floor to send. Left baseline, ball knocked away and stolen. Crawford running it back the other way. Throws it ahead to Beardsley. Layup right side is in. Monroe Beardsley's first 2 points of the night, 25-18. Quickly up the floor, the Cougars. Send. Gets it from Lewis, gives it back to him left wing. Kicks it right wing to Tucker. Down low to Burson. Goes up and under with the move. Left the turnaround shot short. Sen gets the offensive rebound. Shot blocked. But Lewis gets there to lay it up and in off the block in front of the rim. First time the Cougars have scored in a while. The lead back down to 5 again. 3 minutes to go in the second quarter. Vance set to come in. Here's a drive and a dish to Urban. Burson blocks the shot. Haynes saves it off of Porter Ritchie in the left corner out of bounds. Ritchie was the one who looked like he was going to get there first. He found Urban open after he drove it under the basket along that right baseline, but then Burson with the rejection underneath. That is the 7th blocked shot Corey's had this year. Substitution for the Cougars. Meanwhile, Logan Hune is back on the floor. He replaces Dawson Sen in the lineup for North Harrison. Meanwhile, it's Lewis with it in the front court. Down by 5, 2:37 to go in the second. Hune gets it, pulls up, free throw line jumper. He knocked that one down for his 5th point. Nice shot there for Logan. 25-22, 2:27 to go second quarter on the First Harrison Banking Butler scoreboard. Up the floor, Vance back in there with it. He's out there with Crawford, Urban, Beardsley, and Ritchie, the original starting 5. Ryan West very temporarily out there on the floor. Ritchie gets it knocked away, recovers it along the left sideline, left at the top of the key to Urban. He'll take 2 dribbles to the right, hand it off behind him to Crawford. Crawford dribbles free throw line out to Vance. Right wing spot up, 3 is up. Missed it front of the rim. Lewis at the right elbow is able to cash in on the rebound. Up the floor to Tucker right side. Garrett drives baseline, spin move, drop off to Burson. He got fouled, and they finally called it after, I think it was Ritchie who got him on the wrist, and it was. That is going to be a foul on Porter Ritchie of Christian Academy. That'll be his first, and that's the first foul the Warriors have had called against them the entire night. Caden Hain will stay in there. He'll just get some water here. Bryce Vessel thought he was going in, but not yet. Rylan Shank is also set to come in. We'll see.
In, Coach. I'm ready to play.
He's ready to go. Person is on the way, and he knocks it in. Corey's got his 4th point of the night, buried a 3 at the beginning of the quarter. That's that lead down to 2. North Harrison, last couple possessions, starting to get after it more offensively here.
Yeah, they're doing a lot better job rebounding, blocking out and rebounding anything that comes off.
Well, Burson missed the second one short. He's 24 out of 30 coming in at 80%. The rebound advance of Christian Academy. The lead down to 2 at 25-23, 1:45 left here in the second quarter. It's Vance with it into the Christian Academy front court. Bounces it to Porter Ritchie on the right wing. To Urban at the free throw line. Dribbles left. Takes the handoff to Vance. Now Vance comes back to get it. Dribbles baseline. Tries to go out to the corner, but the ball batted out of bounds off of Logan Hune on the right baseline. Crawford was there on the right corner. Burson will check out, and in for him is Rylan Shank. So Shank will be out there along with Bryce Vessel, Caden Hain, Logan Hune, and Garrett Tucker for North Harrison. Christian Academy starting 5 of Crawford, Vance, Ritchie, Beardsley, and Irvin are on the floor now. Ritchie inbounds it underneath to Irvin left side, out to the wing to Beardsley. Hands it up top to Vance. Vance dribbles left wing, out to the corner now to Porter Ritchie. Ritchie out to the volleyball line to Vance. Vance looking back to the sideline, looking for any signal there. They'll spin off of Hain. Gives it up right side now to Crawford. Crawford gets into the paint, goes up and knocks down the nice short shot there from 10 feet. He's got 6, 27-23, down to the final minute of the second quarter. Hain walks it across the timeline for North Harrison. He'll pop it over to Bryce Vessel on the right wing. Bryce will get it down low. Right left baseline out to Hune, around to Tucker. Right wing 3 is on the way. Got it. Garrett Tucker's first points of the night trims that lead back to 1. 27-26, 32 seconds to go. Christian Academy probably going to hold for the last shot. Vance controls it. Dribbles to the middle. Goes left side with it to Ritchie. Ritchie dribbles down the sideline up to the wing to Vance, and a foul is going to be called on Garrett Tucker. Try to make them reset here. That's only the second foul of the quarter on North Harrison. They still have 2 more fouls to give. Hain, Sin, Tucker, and Wellman all have one foul apiece for North Harrison. 21.3 seconds left until halftime. The inbound will come from Noah Vance on the left baseline from the H of North. Box set here. Inbound bounced out to the wing to Ritchie. Top of the key to Crawford. Advance in the paint. Kicked out to Beardsley. Right corner three off the back of the rim. Weak side rebound Irvin. He goes back up. Falls down. Shot up. He's fouled. And Zeke Irvin is going to go to the free throw line. He'll get 2 shots. Not a great free throw shooter on the season, much to his dismay. 24 out of 44 on the year, 55%. Foul is the second on Caden Hain of North Harrison. That'll be the team's third of the quarter. Free throw, first one on the way for Irvin. Off the back of the rim, but it bounced right through the cylinder. That's 5 points for Zeke Irvin. 28-26, 12 seconds left in the half. Monroe Beardsley is out, and in for him is Ryan West for Christian Academy, the 6-foot senior. Second free throw is up. That one's off the left side of the rim. Fessel gets the rebound. Bryce looking for somebody to pass it to. Instead, he'll have to play point guard. 6 seconds, 5 seconds. Fessel goes down into the paint on Crawford, and he's going to be called for a travel. He was just a little bit out of control going down the paint there. And that turnover will give Christian Academy one last shot right here before halftime with 3.6 seconds to go. Cougars will press to slow them down. With the inbound to Crawford up the right sideline, into the front court. Takes it, throws it up from 15 feet right wing. Missed it short to close out the first half of play for the Cougars and the Warriors. Well, the Warriors are going into halftime with a slim lead, 28-26 on the First Harrison Banking Butler scoreboard after a bit of a rocky half for this North Harrison team. Coming up, we've got our halftime report here from the Cougar Den in Ramsey. We'll have first half stats and analysis. If we have time, we'll update you on other games happening around the area, and we will also try to update you on our schedule for the opening round of Class 3A Sectional 30 at Madison next Tuesday. All of that coming up at halftime with Christian Academy leading North Harrison 28-26. You're listening to North Harrison Cougars basketball right here on 96.9 WKLO.
Pure country. 96.9 WKLO, Hardinsburg, Corydon, Paoli.
At Harrison County Hospital, your health is their top priority. Dr. John Gonzaba and the entire team at General Surgery Associates are proud to expand their surgical expertise with 2 outstanding surgeons. Dr. Karen Johnson Burkhorst specializes in appendectomy, breast surgery, colonoscopy, gallbladder surgery, hernia repair, and minimally invasive procedures. And Dr. Stephen Thomas focuses on wound care, skin cancers, diabetic foot issues, and more. Call 812-738-0177 today to schedule your appointment. Learn more at hchin.org.
Hi, this is John Bender. Cooler weather, it's on its way. The Department of Energy says a properly insulated home can save you up to 20% off your heating and cooling expense. So make sure your home is properly insulated this fall. The Owens Corning ProCat Low-Fill Insulation System makes it quick and affordable to properly insulate your home. You can do it yourself, or we can recommend a contractor to help you. Learn how easy you can add insulation with the ProCat Insulation System by visiting us at Bender Lumber. Local people serving local needs for over 90 years.
Are you looking for top quality crushed stone in Harrison County? Look no further than Davis Crushed Stone in DePaul. At Davis Crushed Stone, they have been serving Southern Indiana for years, providing the highest quality crushed stone for all your construction needs. Their locally sourced stone is perfect for driveways, roads, landscaping, and much more. Plus, the friendly staff can assist you with your order, ensuring you get exactly what you need. They'll even deliver it right to your doorstep, making your project hassle-free. Choose Davis Crushed Stone for your next project. Give them a call at 812-347-2707.
It's halftime here on senior night, here inside the Cougar Den on the campus of North Harrison High School in Ramsey. The North Harrison Cougars in a tussle right now with a young but scrappy Christian Academy team here tonight on the campus of North Harrison High School. The score on the First Harrison Banking Butler scoreboard, it shows that the Christian Academy Warriors, the visitors, have the lead 28-26 here at the halftime break. First Harrison Bank is proud to offer Banking Butler digital banking. You can do your banking anywhere at your own convenience on the go. You can do your banking on your phone, tablet, laptop, desktop computer, whatever works for you. You can get more information by visiting their website, firstharrison.com, or by visiting a nearby branch in your area. North Harrison down 28-26 at halftime. Noah Vance, every bit every bit as good as advertised with 12 points in a game that featured 5 ties all in the first quarter, 2 lead changes. Christian Academy got out to the early lead. North Harrison finally got the advantage at 7-5 early, but the Warriors came back with 4 consecutive points to take the lead that they never relinquished again for the rest of the first half. The biggest lead they have had is 7 at 25-18. North Harrison had that 2-point lead only for a short amount of time, so it's been a competitive matchup so far. And the Cougars going to have to do some work, and it's going to have to start on the defensive end here in the second half if they are going to be able to get themselves not only back into the lead, but able to maintain and hold the lead for the remainder of the night as well. So with that, let's take a look at the scoring and shooting for both teams here in the first half, and we'll start with the visiting Christian Academy Warriors. Noah Vance had a really good first half of play offensively for the Warriors. He ends up scoring a total of 12 points. Came in with a team-high 18.3 points per contest. Vance so far has managed to score 12 points on a pair of trays in the first quarter, including the one at the buzzer that gave Christian Academy the 5-point lead at the end of that first quarter of play. And then Vance able to knock down a couple of jump shots there in the second quarter. So he has 12 to his credit, the only double-digit scorer, but he is also the game high in the scoring department as well. Meantime, the freshman guard, Cash Crawford, a basket for 2 in the first quarter. And also a couple of more baskets there in the second quarter off the short jumpers, the floaters there. And so great job there for Crawford, the freshman, who's really been playing beyond his years so far here in the first half. Zeke Urban, a couple of baskets for 2 in the first quarter. He went 1 out of 2 at the free throw line in the second quarter, so Urban has 5. Porter Ritchie buried a 3 there in the first quarter. He's got 3 points. And Monroe Beardsley with a basket for 2 in the second quarter. He has 2 points for the Warriors. Ryan West and Gage Harrington came off the bench and saw some time in that second quarter, but neither of those guys have scored in the first half so far. For the Warriors in shooting, they were excellent from the field, 7 out of 10 in the first quarter, 5 of 11 in the second quarter. They were 12 out of 21 from the field, 57% in that first half. As far as three-point shooting is concerned, the Warriors were 3 of 5 in the first quarter. They did go 0 for 3, however, in the second quarter, and they were 3 out of 8 for 38% from long range in that first half. And Urban shot the only free throws in the first half. The Warriors were 1 out of 2 for 50%. As far as the Cougars are concerned, multiple guys have scored, but nobody has really emerged from the pack, though. Rylan Shank and Logan Hune are the co-leaders in scoring. Both had 5 points in that first half. Rylan made the first shot of the night with a three-pointer from the left wing and then got a basket inside from the right side of the basket to get him that total of 5 in the first half. Logan Hune buried a tray there later in the first quarter and then got a basket for 2 in the second off a mid-range jumper. Hune has 5 points so far. Caden Hain, 4 points, both on drives in the first quarter. Corey Burson, a three-pointer early in the quarter, then 1 out of 2 at the free throw line later. Burson has 4 so far. Dawson Sen made a 3 in that second quarter, as did Garrett Tucker. They both have 3 points. And Talon Lewis with a basket in the second quarter for 2 for the Cougars in that first half. Bryce Vessel has seen time so far tonight for North Harrison, as have Taden Rader, Jake Roof, and Preston Wellman. Rader, Roof, and Wellman all started tonight. None of those guys scored, though, for North Harrison. They shot the ball modestly well, 5 out of 8 in the first quarter, 5 out of 11 in the second quarter. In total, 10 out of 19, 52% in the first half of play. As far as three-point shooting goes, the Cougars were 2 of 5 in the first quarter, 3 of 5 in the second. They made a total of 5 out of 10 from long range in that first half, good for 50%, and they were 1 out of 2 at the free throw line for 50%. It was 17-12 Christian Academy at the end of the first quarter. The Cougars did counter with a 14-11 second quarter and cut that lead to 28-26. 5 ties and 2 lead changes in that first half of play. As far as the additional numbers go, rebounding is even so far. Both teams had 10 rebounds in that first half of play. Christian Academy did have 3 offensive rebounds. Noah Vance was the leader on the boards. He had 3 in that first half. 1 of those came on the offensive end. 2 rebounds for Zeke Urban and Porter Ritchie. Urban had 2 offensive rebounds, while Ritchie's 2 rebounds were defensive. And then Cash Crawford, Monroe Beardsley, and Gage Harrington, all with 1 rebound apiece for the Warriors of Christian Academy. For North Harrison, Talon Lewis, 3 rebounds, leads the way in the first half of play. 2 rebounds for Logan Hume. Lewis, by the way, had 1 of the 2 offensive rebounds. The other one went to Dawson Sen. Caden Hain, Jake Roof, Rylan Shank, and Bryce Fessel all collected 1 rebound apiece in that first half. Again, 10 rebounds for both teams. North Harrison, 3 offensive rebounds, or Christian Academy, 3 offensive rebounds, 2 for North Harrison. Not a lot of turnovers. Christian Academy gave it up 4 times in that first half. The Cougars only turned it over 2 times. The Warriors dished out 6 assists on 12 made shots. Vance and Irwin had 2 assists apiece. Crawford and Beardsley each had 1 assist. For the Cougars, 6 assists on 10 made baskets. It was Dawson Sen who led the way with 2 helpers in that first half. Hain, Rader, Fessel, and Kuhn all had 1 assist themselves in that first half of play, with the Cougars trailing 28-26 on the First Harrison Banking Butler scoreboard. The third quarter about to start on the other side of this break. You're listening to coverage of North Harrison Cougars basketball right here on 96.9 WKLO.
At First Harrison, the Banking Butler is more than just a banking app. It's who we are. It's a level of service we've delivered for more than 130 years. First Harrison is here to make it easy for local business owners with real estate loans, construction loans, SBA loans, lines of credit, treasury management, and merchant services. You will get competitive rates and fast local decisions. The Banking Butler, it's who we are. Keep it easy. Keep it local. First Harrison Bank. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Halftime about over here at the Cougar Den in Ramsey. The North Harrison Cougars got a little bit of a hill to climb here, down 28-26 on the First Harrison Banking Butler scoreboard. And we'll see what the lineup looks like to start the second half for the Cougars. Christian Academy will go back to their starting 5. Cash Crawford, Noah Vance, Porter Ritchie in the backcourt, Monroe Beardsley at forward, in the center, Zeke Irvin. The Cougars will come back out with a lineup with Caden Hain, Talon Lewis, Dawson Sen, Corey Burson, and Rylan Shank. Rylan got off to a really good start tonight, gave the team a lot of energy in the early going, and the Cougars will have possession first. They will be going away from us here in the second half from the east balcony here at the Cougar Den in Ramsey. The Warriors will be coming toward us here in the final 2 quarters of play. Dawson Sen, the inbounder, and he'll throw it to Talon Lewis in the front court just to the left of the half-court circle. Left wing extended to Sen, top of the arc to Burson. He goes down low to Shank, ball denied. Beardsley with the denial, and the turnover to the Warriors. With it is Crawford. Gives it up to Vance in the front court, right side. Vance will back it out. Now he will cross over. Gives it up to Crawford outside the right elbow. Left wing to Ritchie. Then to Beardsley in the corner. Back out to Ritchie, who backs it up to the half-court 10-second line there. And then he tried to throw a pass to Vance in the high post, but Caden Hain was able to kick it away to force the Warriors to reset. Inbound will come from Porter Ritchie next to the Christian Academy bench. Lobs it into the backcourt to Crawford. Now they work it around to Vance into the corner of Beardsley. His 3 is short. Airballed it from the left corner. Sen is able to come down with the rebound for the Cougars. Burson gets it in the front court, drives baseline, whips it out left wing to Sen, drives it inside the arc, out to Lewis left corner. He'll circle it around the top. Goes to Caden Hain with it at the half-court circle. Caden will hold it there, and he'll wait for the play to develop. He'll go to Lewis right wing to Burson in the mid-post. Corey backs his man down, lays it up, left it short. Irvin tried to take a charge, no call. Vance is able to get the rebound for the Warriors this time. And now they have it in the front court. Vance goes to Ritchie right wing, up top to Crawford. Hain slides after it, grabs it, and Ross Schultz calling timeout from the bench. With 6:38 to go in the third quarter of play, it is 28-26. We'll stay here with it as North Harrison trails by 2 on the First Harrison Banking Butler scoreboard. This looks to be a short timeout anyway for the Cougars, their second of the night. So far, the defensive intensity has looked stronger to start the third quarter of play. There were times early it just looked like the Cougars were a little lost on that end.
Yeah, the defense has got to pick up if they're going to pull this one out. That and until the second part of the second quarter, the rebounding was not very good, and they got it together there pretty quick on the rebounds. So that's a couple of things you're going to have to really do better this half.
Well, the Cougars will get the basketball off the Christian Academy turnover. That was only the fifth turnover the Warriors have had tonight. They came in averaging 13.4 per contest, so they're doing extremely well as far as that goes. And now the inbound will come to Caden Hain. Throws it up the floor to Dawson Sen, left wing to Shank. A mid-range shot missed off the back of the rim. He was on the left side of the paint, 10 feet away, and just couldn't get it to go off the back rim. Beardsley grabbed the rebound for the Warriors. Up the floor now, Crawford, left elbow out to Beardsley, left corner three, missed it off the side of the rim. The rebound to Corey Burson. Beardsley has not been able to find his three-point shooting. Fortunately for the Cougars tonight. Now it's Sen with it in the front court. Takes it right wing down to the baseline off the offensive movement. Lobs it up top to Ryland. Back over to Caden Hain on the left wing. Jab step. You're going to be called for the travel. He didn't think so, of course, and that turnover will give it back to Christian Academy with 5:53 to go in the quarter. And we're seeing the offense get stagnant, kind of like it was there in the middle of the first quarter.
Yeah, it's got to get this straightened out right now if they can, because it'll be down to crunch time after a while.
They're doing a better job defending, so that's a positive, and the defense has been what the Cougars have used to get back in games. Crawford just went coast to coast and laid it in left side through traffic. Man, that was just pure speed and pure desire from Crawford. Nobody stepped in front of him. Sen gets it on the right wing of the front court to Talon Lewis above the corner. Lewis looking, goes straight away to Burson, fakes the shot, looked at the three for a moment, decided not to go for it. He'll try to go to Shank. Instead, Hain will pick it up on the right wing. Man-to-man defense for the Warriors. Porter Ritchie comes out to guard Hain. Over to Lewis on the right side. Lewis beyond the wing. Looks for the cutter. Now bounce up top to Sen, left side. Dawson looking to drive. Falls down, but gets it to Hain while falling down to Lewis. He'll take it left side. Drives it in. Layup won't go. Rebound. Irvin. Shank is all over his back, and he's going to be called for the foul there on that rebound.
He was trying for the ball. He just bare-hugged him.
Foul will be on Ryland Shank. That'll be his first, team's first of the quarter. Cougars not going to the bench right now. 5 minutes to go in the third quarter, down 30-26 to the Christian Academy Warriors on the first Harrison Banking Butler scoreboard. And now, with it is Crawford. He tried to get it across the timeline left side, and then Hain again with the kick out of bounds right into the front row. Just below us, your half court. Inbound will come from the Warriors. It will be Ritchie. Inbounds it quickly to Crawford. Baseline pass to Irvin right side. Goes up. Ball knocked loose. He gets it back, however. Goes to Beardsley in the left corner up to the wing for a three. Ritchie can't connect there. Vance goes up and grabs the rebound to stick it back up and in on the right side of the basket. That was just pure hustle there from Noah Vance. Lewis on the inbound, runs it up the floor. Bryce Vessel set to check in with the Cougars, and Lewis just threw it away into the backcourt. Don't see that happen very often. Trying to get it to, I don't know if he was trying to get it to Caden or what, but the Warriors playing with the energy on the road. 4:23 to go in the third quarter. Christian Academy leading 32-26 over the North Harrison Cougars. You're listening to North Harrison Cougars basketball right here on 96.9 WKLO.
Morgan's Auto Salvage has been serving the community for many years and have been in the car business since 1984. Morgan's Auto Salvage has late model car, truck, and now carrying semi-truck parts. Can't find a part? With Nationwide Locator, you can find any part you need for your car, truck, or semi. Located on North State Road 37 in Paoli, Indiana. Open Monday through Friday from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Check out their Facebook page at Morgan's Auto Salvage. For questions, call 812-723-2121. Let Morgan's Auto Salvage experience go to work for you.
Living with arthritis or an autoimmune condition can be tough, and at Harrison County Hospital, they're here to help, and they're excited to welcome Rachel Waite, APRN, the newest rheumatology specialist. Rachel takes the time to listen, create a treatment plan just for you, and give the support you need to feel your best. Ready to take the next step toward relief? Call her today at 812-734-3800 or learn more at hchin.org/rheumatology. Harrison County Hospital, celebrating 75 years of caring for our community.
Christian Academy has the basketball out of the timeout. 4:23 to go in the third quarter. The inbound will come from Porter Ritchie. He looks, lobs it into the backcourt to Cash Crawford. And the freshman at 5'8" looks to bring it back across the timeline. Cougars going to try to turn up the heat in the half court with a trap here. Vance gets it half court. Ball bounces off Crawford at the free throw line. Burson takes it away. Hain has it taken away. Monroe Beardsley. And then it's taken right back. Bryce Fessel gets it for North Harrison. Runs it up the floor to Sen. Open three left corner. Yes! That was much needed for this Cougar team. Yes. Vance with it up the floor to Beardsley. Left corner three. This one is short off the side of the rim. Hain is able to collect the rebound for North Harrison. To Sen, who has it in the front court now, walking it across the left side of the timeline. Up top with Vance guarding him. Hands it off to Hain. They switch. Pass to Burson, left elbow. Corey turns, gives it up to Sen, right at the top of the key, into the mid post to Hain. Hain, dribbling, got knocked over Monroe Beardsley, and actually that was Porter Ritchie he knocked over. Ritchie will pick up a blocking foul here as Hain was trying to post him up. The foul on Ritchie is going to be his second of the night. That's only the first team foul on Christian Academy in this quarter. Beardsley will check out. And in for him is Harrington. A pass goes off the backboard, and it's taken away. Porter Ritchie has it for the Warriors. Seen miscues. We haven't seen much from the Cougars tonight.
This would be real early season possibly, but not the way that not lately.
Well, another kick ball as Vance was trying to go from left side to the middle to Porter Ritchie. Ritchie will be the inbounder as Talon Lewis and Corey Burson check out. Logan Hune and Garrett Tucker back out there. Tucker, 6'1 sophomore, 6.7 points per game, 3 rebounds. Hune, 5'10 senior, 8 points per game. He gets the steal. Vance trying to go to Harrington at the left elbow. Sen has it, drives it to the rim, layup, couldn't get it to go. A little contest there from Harrington at the end. Vance comes down with the rebound. Up the floor to Crawford right side, into the middle to Vance between the circles. 2:48 to go third quarter, 32-29 Christian Academy. Crawford drops it off to Irvin down low, ball stripped, gets it back, kicks it out to the corner to Porter Ritchie, gets to the Cougar head at below the free throw line, missed the jumper off the back rim, and Fessel there to get the rebound for North Harrison. Bryce gets it to Caden Hain, left side of the front court. That is not an offensive foul. That is not an offensive foul. Porter Ritchie was falling, literally almost doing a cartwheel. He was falling that awkwardly, and Caden didn't even he didn't extend the arm, didn't put the shoulder down.
He was already falling, and he was driving around him, and he never made contact with it.
Porter Ritchie's the one who caused the contact there. Yeah. I'm sorry, that's a terrible call. That is terrible. We haven't seen many of those this year. Thankfully, been few and far between. Inbound to Vance, left side from Crawford. Vance gets it to the corner to Ritchie, back out to Vance. Back to Crawford, right side to Vance, left side, down to the corner to Ritchie. Baseline pass to Zeke Irvin. Back out it goes to Porter Ritchie. Around to Vance, left wing. Right wing now to Crawford. High post to Harrington. He turns in the lane. Ball gets knocked loose. He lost it driving to the basket. They need to blow the whistle. Man alive. Jump ball finally called. Christian Academy will get the arrow. Harrington lucky he didn't turn it over there. Caden Hain will check out. Talon Lewis is in. If Christian Academy wanted the game to be played like this, it's going exactly the way they want it tonight.
It's been messy for North Harrison.
I think that was the whole point for the Warriors there. The inbound bounce to Ritchie. He'll line up a 3 right corner, and he knocks it in. They left him wide open. 6 points for Porter Ritchie. 35-29, first basket he's made since the first quarter. Warriors, by the way, in the light blue uniforms tonight, white letters and numbers with the navy blue and white trim. North Harrison on white uniforms, blue letters and numbers and the blue trim. Fessel has the top of the key from Lewis. Out to the corner left side. Tucker trying to answer with a 3. Couldn't get it to go off the back of the rim. Weak side rebound to Crawford along the baseline. He traveled with it after he was double teamed on the rebound. And that turnover will keep it with the Cougars now with 1:32 to go. Tucker will inbound it from the second R of Harrison on the right baseline. Cougars, by the way, just 1 out of 6 shooting here in the third quarter so far. Sen's 3 is all they have. Sen tried to go down low to Tucker. Irvin steals it. He runs the other way with it, bounces it into the lane to Tucker, tried to save it, and the referee said he did, even though it ricocheted off Garrett. I don't think that was the right call there either. But Cougars are going to catch a little bit of a break there. He threw it off of Harrington's back as they were going out of bounds, and I'm pretty sure it touched Garrett when they both hit the ground there below the basket. But that's a bounce going the Cougars' way there. Harrington will come out. Back in for him is Monroe Beardsley. Christian Academy going full court pressure, man-to-man, and that's a bad pass that's stolen, and the pass from Ritchie to Beardsley right to left results in a layup. 4 points for Monroe Beardsley. The lead is 8, the biggest Christian Academy has had tonight. Vessel gets it left side, up to Hune in the front court, out to Sen in the right corner, up to the wing to Lewis. He'll drive in, and Urban fouls him on his way up. Might have been a bit of a makeup call there, to be quite honest about that. And the foul will be on Zeke Urban. That'll be his first of the night and the team's second of the quarter. 2 shots coming up here for North Harrison. Talon Lewis will step up. He's got 2 points on the night. Talon, 84% on the season, 53 out of 63 with 1:05 to go in the third, and the Cougars down 7 after that first free throw. 37-30. Christian Academy up by 7. Again, 1:05 to go here in the third quarter on the First Harrison Banking Butler scoreboard. Hune and Fessel out there with Lewis, Sen, and Tucker for North Harrison. Christian Academy has their starting 5 on the floor. Free throw number 2 is good for Talon. He's got 4. Cougars now 3 out of 4 at the free throw line on the night. 1 minute to go in the quarter. Vance dribbles up the floor to the right corner. Tucker all over him. Vance backs it out to the midcourt stripe. Now takes it into the lane. Dumps it off for Urban down on the right block. He gets it out to the left wing for Ritchie. His 3 is off the heel of the rim, but Vance is there to get the offensive rebound at the free throw line, only to back it out to the volleyball spike line now just below the timeline on the right. Vance dribbles in, backs it out. 32 seconds to go in the quarter. He gets around Garrett Tucker, drives it to the paint, kicks it out left corner to Ritchie. Ritchie wraps it back out to Vance on the wing. Foul called well before the shot. And that foul is going to be whistled on Talon Lewis of North Harrison. That's going to be the first foul on Talon. That'll be the team's third of the quarter as well. Still one more foul to give with 25.3 seconds to go before the Warriors go to the bonus. From the H of North, Crawford on the left baseline inbounds. Out to the corner to Urban. Handoff behind him to Crawford up the sideline. Takes it down to the below the timeline. Dribbles it to the top of the key. Gives it over to Ritchie. He'll dribble to the left elbow just below it. Back out to Crawford out front. 10 seconds to go. Crawford going to get the high screen. Drives it in. That was, I was going to say, that's more of a charge there. I don't think Talon was totally set, but Crawford was out of control going down the lane, and that'll be his first foul. That'll also be a turnover there.
He was moving on, that's for sure.
He was out of control, and that's the difference between that call and the other call on the end of the floor there. Hune with the inbound, runs it up the floor quickly. Logan lost it behind him, gives it to Tucker. He's got to fire it. He does, and he missed it off the front of the rim at the buzzer from the left wing. North Harrison got a lot of work to do. They have had a rough third quarter. They trail 37-31 heading into the fourth and final quarter here on the First Harrison Banking Butler scoreboard. You're listening to North Harrison Cougars basketball right here on 96.9 WKLO.
Hi, I'm Emery Jones, Career Education Coordinator at Prosser in New Albany. It's never too late to level up your life. Whether you're changing careers or finishing your education, Prosser Adult Education offers affordable classes to help you earn workforce readiness, improve your skills, or train for a high-demand job. Visit ProsserCareers.com or call us at 812-542-8508 to get started. Prosser Adult Education. Your future, your move.
Living with arthritis or an autoimmune condition can be tough, and at Harrison County Hospital, they're here to help, and they're excited to welcome Rachel Waite, APRN, the newest rheumatology specialist. Rachel takes the time to listen, create a treatment plan just for you, and give the support you need to feel your best. Ready to take the next step toward relief? Call her today at 812-734-3800 or learn more at hchin.org/rheumatology. Harrison County Hospital, celebrating 75 years of caring for our community.
Fourth quarter is here on senior night, the last regular season game here inside the Cougar Den on the campus of North Harrison High School in Ramsey. Alongside our statistician and analyst, Greg Deaton, I'm David Deaton with the play-by-play. We're glad to have you with us tonight here on 96.9 WKLO. Streaming online at WKLO969.com, as well as on your Alexa, on our YouTube channel, WKLO 96.9, and also streaming online at WKLO969.com. Inbound to Logan Hune to start the fourth quarter. Drops it off to Dawson Sen on the right wing. He'll circle it around to the left elbow, out to the wing to Hune. Straight away to Lewis. Dribbles, pulls up, 12-footer, missed it short, got his own rebound. That's a foul. Four times over, and they finally call something. Talon was getting driven. No, they didn't call a foul. That's outrageous.
Wow,
He got shoved to the floor.
he did.
And, I mean, now he's checking to see if it drew any blood. He's going to come out. I mean, I'm sorry. That's ridiculous. You have got to call a foul there. I mean, good grief. He's literally got a guy leaning into his back, going to the floor. Outrageous. I understand letting him play. That's crossing a line, though. Hune with it. Between the circles. Left wing to Fessel. Into the corner to Garrett Tucker. Garrett trying to back down his defender. Not a good shot. And he actually got away with a foul himself there.
Yeah.
Rebound comes down to Vance. I understand. They've got to do something offensively to get things going. Defensively, they've got to do just what they did there. Caden Hain gets the steal. Vance trying to go to Urban, who is going to mess around and get called for a foul eventually, I guess. Here's Sen getting it left right corner. Cross-court pass. Gives it to Fessel. He'll line up a three, and Bryce made it. That's one of those. No. Oh, yes.
Oh, yeah. I'm glad you shot that.
That's
senior leadership.
That is the sixth three that Bryce has made this season. Across the timeline with it, Crawford giving it up to Ritchie. Right side, back to Crawford. Now Ritchie has it again. Crawford gets it back half-court circle. 37-34 with 6:47 to go in the fourth quarter. Over to Beardsley, right wing. To Ritchie. Up to the top of the key to Irvin. He'll dribble right, hand it off to Crawford. Crawford dribbles, gives it back to Vance. Vance has it on the right wing. Noah Vance will back it out between the circles, just below that half-court circle. Bounce to Beardsley on the right wing. Out of the corner to Ritchie, back out front to Irvin. He'll slide it around right side. He'll hand it off to Irvin, or to Vance, and then to Crawford, who lines up a jumper 15 feet away, can't get it to go. Rebound comes down to Hune. Logan races it up the floor. Takes it to the right wing, hands it behind him to Tucker. He'll line up an open three. Heel of the rim. Rebound down to the Warriors, and it's Zeke Irvin who picks it up. I didn't think they needed that shot that bad there.
Not that quick.
One of those deals you need to run your offense if you get to that point.
Gotta be more patient. You did a good shot.
Christian Academy has played sticky defense tonight, but you got to be able to run your sets and run them well. Vance just stepped out of bounds, got away with it. Gave it up right block to Beardsley, and then out for Ritchie for a three. I guess the official didn't see him step out. I thought his foot hit the end line there. 40-34. Hain getting around his defender, gets it inside to Hune, goes up, somehow got it almost into the basket there, but he draws a foul. So that's a foul, but knocking over a guy in a rebound's not, I guess. I don't know. Foul is going to be on Christian Academy. That'll be on Noah Vance. That's his first and the team's first. They have let him play most of the night, but if it's that egregious, you can't swallow your whistle on that. It's a safety issue. Hune's first free throw is up. It rims out, hits the backboard, and goes in. First point of the half for Logan. He's got 6 on the night, 40-35 with 5:30 to go in the fourth quarter. Christian Academy is in front on the first Harrison Banking Butler scoreboard. Garrett Tucker comes out, and the second free throw rims out on Logan. Corey Burson is back on the floor. And he joins the lineup of Hain, Hune, Sen, and Fessel out there for North Harrison. It is Ritchie with it right wing. Free throw line to Zeke Irvin. Dribbles left. Now gives it back out to Beardsley right at the top of the key, or left at the top of the key. Back over to Vance. And as he's trying to dribble down to the left block, he had some interference there from Caden Hain, and that foul on Caden is going to be his fourth. Team's first of the quarter with 5:07 to go here in this fourth and final quarter of regulation on the first Harrison Banking Butler scoreboard. Inbound right corner comes to Crawford. Cash Crawford driving on Hune, kicks it out to Irvin on the left wing, hands it behind him to Vance. Noah Vance dribbles down to the corner, backs it out to the wing now, and goes back out to Cash Crawford above the volleyball line. Back to Vance now on the left side. Vance has Fessel on him, dribbles around him, gets into the paint, goes up, lays it up and in. Man, that was a tough layup. Noah Vance getting that to slide in. Bryce gave him just a little too much room, but Vance had the first step there. Hain gives it over to Hume, left wing in the front court to send right at the top of the key. Back to Logan again. 4.5 minutes to go. Christian Academy up 7. Hume dribbles baseline, and he'll force contact. He's going to make the official call that one. Cash Crawford got him on the wrist. That foul on Crawford will be his second of the night and the team's second. I mean, that's the kind of aggressive mentality that the Cougars have to have. They've got to go to the basket.
They've got to right now. They have no choice. They've got to get something going quick.
Got to be willing passers and willing shooters right now. First free throw for Hume. He sinks that one. I'm sure Logan was upset about missing that second free throw the last time he was up there. 4:26 to go in the fourth. He trims the lead back to 6 at 42-36. Cougars still in it. Got time, but they need to get it going now. Hume's second free throw is also good. He's got 8.
Very competitive ball game all night long.
Christian Academy, they've given the Cougars all they could handle tonight. No doubt about it. It's Crawford into the front court, bounces it over to Ritchie on the left side, dribbles down top of the key. Now they're going to start trying to run some clock here. Vance dribbles down low, drops it off to Urban. Shot blocked, foul called. Bryce Fessel got into his body there as he went up for the layup, and that foul on Bryce is going to be his first. And that'll be the team's second of the fourth quarter. 2 shots coming here for Zeke Urban, who, as I mentioned in the second quarter, not been great at the line, only 55% on the season. And Urban with 5 points on the night for Christian Academy. First free throw on the way. Missed it off the back of the rim. They'll have another shot coming up here momentarily. It's only the second time the Warriors have been to the free throw line tonight. Urban has shot every single one of them. Second free throw is on the way. Got that one. 6 points for Zeke Urban. 43-37. Coming down to 4 minutes to go here in the fourth quarter on the First Harrison Banking Butler scoreboard. Hain with it into the front court. Takes it left side. Caden drives baseline. Noah Vance cuts him off there on the switch. Cross court to Sen. Right wing. Dawson decides to fire. That three is off the back of the rim long. Fessel offensive rebound. He got grabbed, and they called it. Porter Ritchie was out of position, and I don't think he had any other recourse there. Bryce had the rebound. The foul on Ritchie is his third, team's third of the quarter.
Bryce had great position.
That's one thing Bryce does well besides defend. He is a really good rebounder. Gets the inbound now, does Bryce in the right corner. Fakes, dribbles into the paint, ball stripped away. Vance got the steal. Urban has it. He's trying to find Vance. Man, they got some guys with some quick hands out there. Vance is one of them. Vance dribbling around right side in the front court. Backs it out to the half-court circle. Or line, I should say. Goes to Crawford on the left side of the floor. Right in front of the Warrior bench with 3:20 to go. Hain got to stay in touch with Crawford. Gives it over to Vance, right side below the timeline. Vance has a trap coming at him. He'll go to the wing to Ritchie. Dribbles into the lane. Goes up. Man, that was a crazy roll there. Right side of the rim. 8-footer. Ritchie got it to roll in, and he'll go to the line for an and one. Foul was on Logan Hume of North Harrison. That'll be his first, team's third of the quarter.
Christian Academy's just been very steady all night long.
It's amazing. There's been no sign that they have shown any panic or any. Honestly, it's been shocking. The Cougars haven't been able to speed them up. Ritchie gets the free throw to roll in. Timeout from North Harrison. 3:09 to go in the fourth quarter, and Christian Academy has a 46-37 advantage on the First Harrison Banking Butler scoreboard. You're listening to North Harrison Cougars basketball on 96.9 WKLO.
Looking to update your floors? Denny's Carpet in Corden has been your local expert for over 35 years. From cozy carpets to durable hardwoods and stylish vinyl, they have it all and at prices you love. With top-notch customer service and affordable options that make it easy to transform your space. Plus, enjoy special discounts on select flooring. Stop by or call 812-738-8466 off Highway 62 in Corden. Denny's Carpet, because they know quality and affordability matter.
3 minutes and 9 seconds remaining on the First Harrison Banking Butler scoreboard. The Christian Academy Warriors have the North Harrison Cougars up against the wall right now. 46-37 after a three-point play that Porter Ritchie converted. He had made all threes until he got that 8-footer to go in. It took a generous roll right side and then rolled right off the back of the rim and in. So the Warriors up by 9. This is not the same team we saw a year ago, but give their coaching staff all due credit because they have really done a great job developing this team throughout the year. They bought into what they want to do.
Their strategy tonight's been very good. I think they've done what they needed to do to be where they are right now, that's for sure.
They have been sticky defensively, and they have given North Harrison headaches all throughout the night. Now we're having a discussion between the officials before the inbound will come. Christian Academy going full court pressure here, man-to-man press. Something the Cougars haven't seen much, and now the official ready to finally give the basketball to Dawson Sen. He can move out of a timeout along the baseline. Inbounds it to Talon Lewis. And now it is Lewis with it right wing, goes to the left wing to Hain, down to the post to Sen, gives it to Burson, and got to get called for the offensive foul. I mean, that was a better call than the one earlier. Urban was in position, and Corey just went right into his midsection there.
One step and wham.
Golly. He's going to feel that one a little bit later, I'm sure.
I'm sure.
And now, with it in the front court are the Warriors. It's Ritchie getting it from Vance in the front court left side. He'll take it down to the corner. Double team comes. Ritchie is stuck. He's got to call timeout, and he will be granted that with 2:37 to go. To be a short timeout, so we'll keep it here for the time being. 46-37 is the tally on the first Harrison Banking Butler scoreboard. Christian Academy has 3 timeouts left. That was their first 30 that they've used tonight. Cougars trying to turn up the heat with their trap, but the Warriors have done a great job getting themselves in position to counter that trap with their spacing and the way they're moving the basketball, not just holding it in one place, although Ritchie almost, if it hadn't been for the timeout, it probably could have been a turnover for him. He had nowhere to go. Coach Kerberg was trying to get the timeout, and then a couple of players, I think Vance may have been one of them who was trying to get a timeout there too. So it will be Warrior basketball under their own basket. It'll be left baseline. Actually, it'll be along the sideline right next to their bench. And the inbound will come from Monroe Beardsley. To Vance, who has it in the backcourt. Lewis on him one-on-one. Vance trying to shake him, throws it into the front court to Ritchie. Down to the wing now to Beardsley. Inside to Urban. Passes high and out of bounds. The Cougars will get it on the turnover, one of the few that the Warriors have had tonight. Sen will be the inbounder. He'll look. Talon's open. Get it to him, and he does. Talon with it on the left side. 2:20 to go. Down by 9, and Talon just dribbled it off his foot. A steal. Crawford going in. Layup. Foul, and 1.
If it could go wrong tonight for North Harrison this half, it's happened.
Goodness.
This is just not a normal night for them at all.
I mean,
Christian Academy's played very well, though. You got to give them credit. But
man, this is a team, I know they're not considered one of the favorites in their sectional, but look out for these guys if they play like this.
Yeah, they're hard-nosed.
Free throw, spins in. Crawford 67% on the season, 35 out of 52. He gets the three-point play, his 11th point of the night, 49-37. The lead is 12. Hume the other way. Floater is good right in front of the rim. Down by 10 now. Is the hole too deep to dig out of? We'll find out here in a moment. Beardsley in the backcourt gets stuck, goes to Vance. He gets it across the timeline, goes right side with it, and gives it over to Crawford. Up top to Beardsley. Beardsley has Hume lean on him. The foul going to be called there on Logan. That'll be the team's 5th, and that will be a double bonus as Monroe Beardsley will go to the line. He's only 5 out of 10 this year, averages 3.5 points per game. He has scored 4 tonight. First trip for him to the line. The Warriors are 3 out of 4 at the line so far here in the quarter. 4 out of 6 on the night. Free throw is up off the back of the rim. They're not a great free throw shooting team, at any rate, only 62%. You won't be surprised to know that Noah Vance has been their best free throw shooter this year at 70%, 76 of 108. Free throw number 2, rimmed out. Lewis with the rebound. Cougars still have hope, but they have got to get points quickly. Lewis to Hune up top with it. Hands it off to Hain behind him. Hain gets it out to Burson. Left corner 3. Bingo! They still have life. 7 points for Burson. Up the sideline, Crawford almost stepped out of bounds. There will be a foul called there right at half court in front of the scorer's table. And that will send Cash Crawford at 67% to the line. The foul was on Dawson Sen. That's 2 on Dawson now. Double bonus, Christian Academy, the rest of this game. With 1:30 to go, they're going to put the freshman at the line. See if he can handle this. First free throw is up. He missed it off the back of the rim. That's now 3 consecutive misses for the Warriors.
Time's a big factor right now. A minute and a half. Down 7, maybe more.
Got to be quick with the possessions here. Crawford trying to split the 2 free throws. He does. Got that one for his 12th point. They're now 4 out of 8 in the quarter at the free throw line. 50-42, 1:26 to go in the fourth. Sen driving out to Burson. Another 3 left corner. Yes! He's on fire now. Timeout, North Harrison. Ross Schultz with the team down 5. 50-45, 1:20 to go in the fourth quarter on the First Harrison Banking Butler scoreboard. You're listening to North Harrison Cougars basketball. 96.9 WKLO.
Are you looking for top quality crushed stone in Harrison County? Look no further than Davis Crushed Stone in DePaul. At Davis Crushed Stone, they have been serving Southern Indiana for years, providing the highest quality crushed stone for all your construction needs. Their locally sourced stone is perfect for driveways, roads, landscaping, and much more. Plus, the friendly staff can assist you with your order, ensuring you get exactly what you need. They'll even deliver it right to your doorstep, making your project hassle-free. Choose Davis Crushed Stone for your next project. Give them a call at 812-347-2707.
At Harrison County Hospital, your health is their top priority. Dr. John Gonzaba and the entire team at General Surgery Associates are proud to expand their surgical expertise with 2 outstanding surgeons. Dr. Karen Johnson Burkhorst specializes in appendectomy, breast surgery, colonoscopy, gallbladder surgery, hernia repair, and minimally invasive procedures. And Dr. Stephen Thomas focuses on wound care, skin cancers, diabetic foot issues, and more. Call 812-738-0177 today to schedule your appointment. Learn more at hchin.org.
50-45, Christian Academy leading on the First Harrison Banking Butler scoreboard. 1:20 to go fourth quarter. First time the Warriors have scored 50 since January 31st when they won at Borden. That ends a streak of 6 straight games without reaching 50 points. And now with it in the front court is Crawford. He got it taken away. Oh, that was close. I think Logan got him, but honestly, some of the calls that have been made tonight, you probably could have let that one go. Maybe. Hune will pick up the foul, his third. 2 shots coming up for Cash Crawford, the freshman. Free throw number 1. He sunk that one. He'll have another shot coming. Crawford is now 3 out of 4 in the quarter at the line, 51-45. First time in a month they've reached 50 points. Pretty amazing. Free throw number 2 is short. Sen gets the rebound, hands it to Hain. Got to get it there quickly. Hune gets open right wing. Looks at the 3, decides not to shoot. To Burson, left wing 3. This one rims off. Beardsley in position to get the rebound. Bounces it to Ritchie, up the floor to Crawford. And Hain fouled him, and I think that just did it for Caden tonight with that foul. Corey had the hot hand, but he wasn't in the corner that time. He was on the wing, still almost got it to go. And, yes, Caden has, in fact, fouled out of this contest. So his last game here as a Cougar on this court, he will finish with 4 points. The team leader in assists on the season as well. And got up to a really good start tonight. Just couldn't get any more scoring after that first quarter. Garrett Tucker checks in for him, joining Corey Burson, Dawson Sen, Logan Hune, and Talon Lewis. Christian Academy has their starters, Crawford, Vance, Ritchie, Beardsley, and Irvin on the floor. Free throw for Crawford on the way. He rimmed it out, no good. He is 3 out of 6 now in the quarter. Christian Academy, 5 out of 11. Now 6 out of 12 as he makes the second. Crawford gets his 14th point of the night there. 52-45, Sen dribbling right baseline, stops, Got to get rid of it. Does to Hune in the lane. He goes up with the shot, left it short, tried to get his own rebound. It's tipped to Monroe Beardsley under the basket, and Beardsley will be fouled shortly after he gets the rebound. Foul is on Logan Hune. That's going to be 4 on Logan now. Not something we see from him very often. 2 shots coming for Monroe Beardsley, who went 0 for 2 his last trip at the line. And for the Cougars, going into next week playing Brownstown, this is not the result you were looking for tonight.
No.
Free throw number 1 is off the back of the rim for Beardsley, who came in again 5 out of 10 at the line.
Not a good warm-up for next week. They're going to have to get a lot of things together again. And they're capable of doing it. We know that. But
We've seen it all throughout the season.
Oh, yeah.
It's just a matter of getting it on that one night. Beardsley left the second free throw short. Tucker gets the rebound. Garrett runs it up the floor now, top of the key, drives it left side, stops, turns over Beardsley, got the foul, and he'll go to the line as he missed the shot on the turnaround off the back of the rim. Foul on Monroe Beardsley. That'll be his first of the night and the team's 4th of the quarter with 33.9 seconds to go. Tucker will have 2 shots here. Garrett, 71%, 22 out of 31. Free throw rimmed out. He'll have another one to try to knock this back to a 6-point deficit.
Still possible, but they're going to have to do a lot.
Yeah, the path is getting real narrow now. Free throw number 2, rims around and goes in. Off the back of the cylinder for Tucker. Inbound to Beardsley, and Hune wraps him up, and Logan just fouled out. Right there at half court, right side of the timeline. So Logan will also foul out in his last game as a North Harrison Cougar here at home. Logan will finish the night with 10 points. 5 of those points came here in the 4th quarter. Ryland Shank is set to check back in for North Harrison. 32.6 seconds left here. Beardsley 0 for 4 at the line tonight, has 4 points. First free throw, he finally got one. Rimmed it in off the front, 53-46. Highest score the Warriors have had since January 31st. Second free throw on the way, and he knocks that one down, 54-46. Beardsley has 6 points now. Up the floor quickly is Lewis to Burson. Straightaway deep three. Buried that one again. And the last timeout for North Harrison comes at 26.1 seconds to go. Here in the 4th quarter, we'll stay with it. 54-49 after Corey buried that tray. All of a sudden, he's come to life here in the 4th quarter from a scoring standpoint. Burson coming in, a 31% shooter from the outside. He has made 4 out of 6 from the outside tonight. And that timeout for North Harrison, a full timeout. We'll stay with it anyway. And that is the last timeout the Cougars have in their arsenal tonight. And of course, they're going to be playing Game 2 on Tuesday night. They'll have the Brownstown Central Braves over at Connersholm Gymnasium in Madison, Sectional 30, Class 3A. The Cougars will take on Brownstown the second game that night. After Corydon Central takes on Charlestown in Game 1. We'll have both games for you Tuesday night right here on 96.9 WKLO as we begin the 116th edition of the IHSAA Boys Basketball State Tournament. Our pregame coverage presented by Davis Crush Stone will begin around 5:40 on Tuesday evening. We'll have Corydon Central Charlestown. We'll have a little bit of a break in between, and then we will have the North Harrison Brownstown game to follow that. Inbound from Monroe Beardsley. Gets it into Cash Crawford. Preston Wellman comes in to take a foul there, and he does. So Preston will be called for the personal here. And down the other way they will walk. Cash Crawford will go to the free throw line. He has been on the roller coaster, 4 out of 7 on free throws here in this 4th quarter. 24.8 seconds. 54-49. Cougars in front, or down by 5, I should say, to the Warriors on the first Harrison Banking Butler scoreboard. Free throw is good for Crawford. Gets that one. 7, that's 15 for Crawford tonight, 7 in the quarter. Ryland Shank is in with Dawson Sin, Talon Lewis, Corey Burson, and Garrett Tucker. Keep in mind that Logan Hune and Caden Hain have both fouled out. Free throw number 2 lifts out. Right side, Burson with the rebound. Lewis has it up the floor. Takes it up top, goes to Burson left wing, into the corner to Tucker. Tucker gets it up to the wing. Double team comes. Shank has it up top. He will line up a three. He'll miss it off the right side of the backboard. Rebound to Porter Ritchie, and he's grabbed from behind, and that should just about do it here tonight. Not the way you want to close the season or go into the sectional with a loss, but if nothing else, you hope it fuels this Cougar team and gets them refocused going into next Tuesday.
Yeah, I think it probably will, but they've had Christian Academy just gave them fits tonight. Everything, and they have played very well. North Harrison has struggled off and on, and it's just been one of those nights.
Well, the Warriors going to clear the bench. Jake Roof is going to come in for the Cougars. He'll replace Dawson Sen. So Jake will check in. Jake Bibb checks in for Christian Academy. 5'7" freshman. They do go to the end of their bench a little bit. Free throw is good for Ritchie. Gets both of those. Makes it 57-56. Jed Jackson is in for the first time tonight. Burson left wing, repositions. High archer, ripped it in. And that's, well, Shank fouls with 1 second to go. He wrapped up Monroe Beardsley. Man, we just wish that would have happened about 4 minutes earlier.
That's
man alive. Corey's been on fire. 4 out of 5 in the quarter. He has 16 points. But he's only been able to cut the lead to 5. Christian Academy is going to come out of this with a win.
1 second on the board.
They're going to go to 11-12 on the season. They'll snap their 6-game losing streak as well and win for the first time in February and the only time in February. Beardsley cans the first free throw. He's got his 7th point now. 58-52. It's also tough because it's senior night. It's their last home game, and this is how this ends. Rader gets the rebound as Beardsley misses the second free throw. Full court shot is well short. And that'll do it. The Christian Academy Warriors end their 6-game losing streak. They come in tonight and stun the North Harrison Cougars 58-52 on the first Harrison Banking Butler scoreboard. Christian Academy, again, will finish the regular season with an 11-12 record. They'll head into postseason play next Wednesday night, and they will be taking on the Borden Braves to start off sectional play down in sectional 63 Class A at the TP. They'll play the second game Wednesday night against Borden, who will come in at 12-11. Of course, North Harrison alum and former head coach here with the Cougars, Kevin Jones, will lead the Braves into that matchup. Rematch of that January 31st game that Borden ended up losing 53-47 to this same Christian Academy team. North Harrison, meanwhile, going to stroll into sectional play over in Madison next week. They'll play game 2 against Brownstown Central. We'll have that game for you here on 96.9 WKLO after the Corydon Central Panthers take on the Charlestown Pirates in the first game of the night. The Cougars fall 58-52 tonight on the first Harrison Banking Butler scoreboard. We'll head into our Davis Crushstone postgame show after this break. We'll have final stats and analysis. We'll talk to head coach Ross Schultz, and then we'll also have the 4 seniors that we have yet to talk to here at the end of the season tonight as well. We'll have Logan Hune, as well as Ryland Shank, Preston Wellman, and Dawson Sen. All those guys will join us along with Ross here in our post-game coverage coming up after the break. You're listening to coverage of North Harrison Cougars basketball right here on 96.9 WKLO.
Are tax season blues getting you down? Well, worry no more. Introducing Jiffy Tax Shack, your go-to destination for hassle-free tax filing. At Jiffy Tax Shack, they make tax filing a breeze. Experienced team of tax professionals can ensure you get every deduction you deserve. Fast, accurate, and affordable. That's the Jiffy Tax Shack promise. No more stressing over complicated forms or endless paperwork. Your refund is just a visit away. Jiffy Tax Shack in Tazewell, where taxes are made simple. Call 812-338-3258. Don't forget to ask if you qualify for the earner income tax credit.
Giving parental permission for children to drink might feel like a chance for safe supervision, but the reality is you're increasing the risk of future alcohol abuse and negative consequences. In addition to the potential for misuse down the road, we also know that alcohol use by teenagers has a damaging effect on brain development. If you really want the best for your child, ask yourself, what message are you sending? Paid for by Our Place Drug and Alcohol Education Services.
Are you looking for top quality Crestone in Harrison County? Look no further than Davis Crestone in DePaul. At Davis Crestone, they have been serving Southern Indiana for years, providing the highest quality Crestone for all your construction needs. Their locally sourced stone is perfect for driveways, roads, landscaping, and much more. Plus, the friendly staff can assist you with your order, ensuring you get exactly what you need. They'll even deliver it right to your doorstep, making your project hassle-free. Choose Davis Crestone for your next project. Give them a call at 812-347-2707.
Well, a disappointing night for the North Harrison Cougars here on their home floor here inside the Cougar Den on the campus of North Harrison High School in Ramsey. A team that had lost their last two coming into tonight. They'll head into postseason play, having lost 3 in a row to Providence, Paoli, and Christian Academy. The Warriors have now won 3 straight since this series started up back in Ross Schultz's first season here at North Harrison. They added Christian Academy back to the schedule for the first time since the mid-'80s. And unfortunately for the Cougars, this one got away from them tonight. They were just too many moments, a couple too many lapses defensively, too many moments where the offense really couldn't get into rhythm, limited to 1 shot and out at times as well. And it was just not a pretty thing to watch for this Cougar team tonight as they fall here at home in their final home game of the regular season against this Christian Academy team. The Warriors bring a blue-collar mentality in and come out with the win tonight by a final score of 58-52 on the First Harrison Banking Butler scoreboard. Steve Kerberg and his coaching staff deserve a ton of credit. They did a great job tonight. As the Warriors pick up the victory here, they'll go to 11-12 on the season, head into sectional 63 at Borden next week, and take on the host Braves in the second game on Wednesday night over at the TP. North Harrison, as mentioned, they've lost 3 in a row. They will finish the regular season 10-13, and the Cougars will face a tough Brownstown Central team in the opening round. Game 2 on Tuesday night over in Madison. We will have the coverage of that game right here on 96.9 WKLO. The Cougars will take on the Brownstown Central Braves. That will follow Game 1 with Corydon Central taking on Charlestown over at Class 3A Sectional 30, which will be played over at Connor Salm Gymnasium in Madison. We welcome you to our Davis Crestone postgame show right here on 96.9 WKLO. Before we proceed, we need to pause for a station identification. You're listening to coverage of North Harrison Cougars basketball.
Real country, pure country.
96.9 WKLO, Hardinsburg, Corydon, Paoli.
North Harrison falls tonight, 58-52 in varsity action against the Christian Academy Warriors. 10-13, the regular season record for the Cougars this year, while Christian Academy rises to 11-12. They end a 6-game losing streak and win for the one and only time in the month of February with the road victory here tonight. Christian Academy coming in on the season, see what their road record was. They were 5-4 on the road this year, so they're going to finish with a 6-4 record in true road games. For North Harrison, on the other hand, they will finish the regular season, let me see here, 0-2, 0-3, 0-4, 1-5, 2-5, 3-5, 4-5, 4-6, 4-7 at home. Technically 3-7 here inside the Cougar Den in Ramsey because they did win in the middle school gym over Eastern Pekin back in the middle of January. So 4-7 will be the final home record for North Harrison as they get ready for postseason play next week over at Connor Salm Gymnasium over in Madison. The junior varsity team, though, on the plus side, they end up getting the victory tonight, 58-17 over Christian Academy. A blowout win for the JV to wrap up their season. They are done as far as games are concerned, but they will be certainly helping the varsity out next week as far as preparation and getting ready for what is to come in the postseason. The Cougars will only have a couple of days of practice in order to get ready for the sectional journey next week. The Cougars in the lower half of the bracket at Madison, the winner of their game with Brownstown, will take on the Silver Creek Dragons in the semifinal round of the sectional play next Friday night. So we'll see if the Cougars can turn things around. If nothing else, you hope this gives the team motivation heading into the postseason. 3 lights of fire under this team. They've kind of just hit another wall here late in the season, and just at about the worst possible time for that to happen as well. So the Cougars, we've seen them do it this year. This team is definitely capable of turning things around. The attitude has been really strong, and the leadership has been tremendous throughout this team. It's going to have to be raised again one last time heading into the postseason of the 116th IHSAA Boys Basketball State Tournament starting next Tuesday night. Let's take a look at the scoring and shooting for both teams here tonight, and we'll start with North Harrison, or actually we'll start with Christian Academy, I should say. The Warriors had all 5 starters score tonight. The leader was Noah Vance with 16 points. He had 12 of those 16 in the first half, got a basket for 2 in the third, another in the fourth. So Vance just under his season average of 18. He scored 16 tonight to lead Christian Academy here on the road. Meantime, 2 other guys in double figures. Cash Crawford had 15, 8 in the first 3 quarters. He had 6 in the first half, a 2 in the third. In the fourth quarter, he converted a 3-point play, and he struggled from the free throw line from there, going 4 out of 8 the rest of the way, but he does finish the night with 15 points for the Warriors, as the freshman showed a lot of grit and tenacity there late in the contest. Meantime, the third double-digit scorer, Porter Ritchie, he got a 3-point basket early in the fourth, converted a 3-point play, and then knocked down a pair of free throws later. Ritchie finished with 14. 8 of those points came in the fourth quarter. Monroe Beardsley had 7, 2 in the second, 2 in the third, and he went 3 out of 8 at the free throw line in the fourth quarter, but he did make 3 of his last 4. Beardsley has 7 points tonight for Christian Academy. Zeke Urban, 2 baskets in the first quarter, 1 out of 2 at the free throw line in the second, and in the fourth quarter, Urban ends his night with 6 points for the Warriors. Ryan West and Gage Harrington got some time out there on the floor tonight, did not score. Jed Jackson and Jake Bibb came in late in the contest, but neither of those guys scored for the Warriors either. Christian Academy made 8 out of 16 shots over the final 2 quarters after going 12 of 21 in the first half. The Warriors shoot 20 out of 37 tonight, 54% for a team that was shooting just 40% from the field coming into this game tonight. They were efficient on the offensive end. Their 3-point shooting kind of trailed off in the second half. They were 3 out of 8 over the first 2 quarters, 1 out of 6 in the third. They made their only attempt in the fourth quarter as they go 2 of 7 over the final 2 quarters, finished 5 out of 15 for 33%. Free throws, not very good. 1 out of 2 over the first 3 quarters. They went 12 of 22, made just enough in that fourth quarter to keep the Cougars at arm's length as they go 13 out of 24 tonight for 54%. For the North Harrison Cougars, 2 in double figures tonight. The leader was Corey Burson, 16 points. He had 12 of those 16 in the fourth quarter on 4 3-point shots. The other 4 points came in that second quarter of play. Logan Hune, 10 points for him, 5 in the first half. He scored 3 out of 4 free throws in the fourth quarter with a basket for 2 to get to 10. Dawson Sin, 6 points, 3 in the second, 3 in the third, both on trays. Rylan Shank had 5 points, all in the first quarter tonight. Caden Hain, 4 points, all in the first quarter. Talon Lewis, 2 points in the second, 2 free throws in the third. He had 4 points. Bryce Fessel made a 3 there in the fourth quarter. 3 points for him. He kept the Cougars alive a little bit longer there late. And that was all the scoring for North Harrison tonight. Taden Rader, Jake Roof, Preston Wellman started the game tonight. Those guys not able to score for North Harrison here tonight. The Cougars go 7 of 19 shooting over the final 2 quarters after 10 of 19 in the first half. Total of 17 of 38 for 45%. 3-point shooting, 5 of 10 in the first half, 6 out of 12 in the second half. They go 11 of 22 for 50% and go 7 out of 10 at the free throw line, including 4 out of 6 in the fourth quarter for 70%. 17-12 Warriors at the end of the first. Cougars outscored Christian Academy 14-11 in the second and cut the lead to 28-26 going into halftime. The Warriors won a slugfest in the third, 9-5, and outscored the Cougars to make it 37-31 going into the fourth. And in that fourth, the two teams drew even at 21 apiece. 58-52 ends up being the final tonight in varsity play for North Harrison as they fall to Christian Academy here tonight. Ross Schultz joins us here at our Davis Crushstone postgame show. Oh, man. Worst thing you want to have to do is give that speech on senior night. It was just a tough night for you guys. Christian Academy came in. They had a game plan. They executed it very well, and it just seemed like your guys never could get comfortable or get into the kind of style you guys wanted to play tonight.
No, we never could. They spread us out and drained that clock on us and made it tough. And when we did get a few spurts going, it seemed like they would always hit a big shot, or we would turn around and have a untimely turnover. And, that just can't happen.
Of course, Noah Vance got going there a little bit early on, and they were really running their offense for him on every play, whether it was ISO ball or their sets, and he got going, and it just seemed like after he got going, then you got Irvin involved and Richie, and it seemed like then they just kind of settled in and were able to get into the game they wanted.
Yeah, they fed off of him a little bit. He had a great start, which we knew he could do that. He made some shots that nobody's going to stop, a couple of those. And
Yeah.
Yeah, and then they started feeding off him, and it just made it tough. And we battled, of course, like we always do. We just couldn't get over that hump, really put the pressure on them like we needed to.
Well, you got the lead there in the first quarter, kind of traded baskets with them early, got the lead, then they came back and got the lead back on you guys, and then you had it down to 2, and then he made just an incredibly tough shot over Corey, who defended it as well as you possibly could. Just a great shot. It's one of those things. It's better offense over great defense.
Yeah, that's what it was, and that was right at the end of the first quarter. Whatever, you got to turn it off and move on to the second quarter. We did for the most part, and they just kept it some big shots, and we couldn't get into our more fast pace like we wanted to. Of course, they handled our press pretty decently, so that helped them.
Yeah, you guys weren't able to get deflections the way you wanted to, either half court or full court. They did a really good job settling in. For a team, Ross, we talked about them being younger this year. They played with a lot of poise and seemed like they played beyond their years a lot of times with that pressure tonight.
Yeah, they did. They handled it well and just kept us spread out and made it tough.
And obviously you go into halftime, you're down 2, but you guys started knocking down some outside shots that kind of got you guys into rhythm there in the second quarter. You rebounded better, I thought, too. I thought first quarter the rebounding just wasn't there. They were holding you to one shot and out, but attacked the offensive glass in the second quarter, and that got you back in it.
Yeah, I thought that could have been a big advantage for us was a rebounding. It didn't happen in the first quarter, and then, like you said, we did a little better job of it. But even the whole game, that probably was one of the areas we really need to see a bigger advantage as well as turnovers. I don't know what the final numbers ended up, but yes, that was tough on our favor.
The third quarter, they came out and they kind of hit you guys early. Crawford and Vance getting baskets there, and then both teams kind of went stagnant offensively because the defense is really locked down. Unfortunately for you guys, it was just hard to get shots to go down, and you got some decent looks, but then even on tough shots, it was just hard because you're getting that one shot, they're getting the rebound, and then they're going the other way and just, as you said, draining that clock there.
I know, that makes it tough, and we missed a few bunnies that we normally don't. That's a big deal. But, yeah, and it seems like came out the third quarter, we both got stops, and that was the time where we needed to get a couple buckets to, we were only down 2, so we could have taken the lead and maybe extended it. But then we couldn't get stops later, but we did at the beginning of the quarter.
Yeah, and of course, you go to the fourth down by 6. Offense was struggling there, and then you get to the fourth quarter, and obviously it took a while to get any field goals to go in that quarter. Logan got to the free throw line. He started being more aggressive and assertive, trying to draw fouls, and it seemed like that gave you guys a spark there for at least a minute there.
Yeah, Logan wasn't going to go out without a fight, so he was attacking for sure and trying to get to the foul line, and never got a real good, clean three-point look like we were trying to get for him. But, yeah, we just couldn't get over that hump even in that fourth quarter, and then late we started hitting some shots, but they hit just enough free throws. They kind of gave us a little bit of a chance there by missing a few. But,
yeah. You guys had it down to 7. I think it was down to 5. Corey made a big shot there to keep you guys in it. Bryce also made a big 3 in there as well. But, I mean, like you said, got to the free throw line. You fouled the guys you wanted to foul, but to their credit, they made just enough to keep you guys just far enough away.
Yeah, we did well enough to keep Vance off the line. That was our goal. And the other guys, like we said, would make 1 out of 2 here or there. And then towards the end, they started knocking both of them down and kind of kept it out of reach for us.
Well, it's tough on senior night. You never want to go down on your senior night with a loss there. And I know it's 3 straight losses going into sectional, Ross, but, I mean, this is a situation you guys have been in this season, unfortunately early in the season, but you guys have shown a great deal of resiliency, able to turn it around, and now you got to make sure that you're focused and ready to go because you got to have your best basketball starting on Tuesday.
That's right. It was a tough locker room for sure. I've never seen one that down and sad, and I was leading it. Sure, but
oh no!
But thing is, like Coach Hunt said, we're not done, so we got to turn around, get to work tomorrow morning, and get after it Monday, and go give Brownstown all we have Tuesday night.
Yeah, it's a tough matchup, but as we talked about with Brownstown back in December, they're not as big, not as long as they have been. They're still a very skilled team. They run a great system, but I think you guys match up pretty well with them, even though now they have their best player in Lane Pendleton back in their rotation.
Yeah, he makes a big difference, but yes, they're not quite the team they've been, so we can match up pretty well physically with them and size-wise, so we'll give it all we got.
Well, and obviously you have 4 additional seniors. We talked to the first 4 guys on Tuesday night. Obviously you have guys like Logan, Dawson, as well as Rylan and Preston. Those guys have all had different roles, just kind of like the other 4 seniors you had coming up. So what is this group of 4 seniors that we have here tonight meant to you all in the program?
Yeah, for sure. I think Logan's here first. He coming in 2 years ago as a sophomore. He was probably the top of the scouting report, not just that year, but last year as well. So he's, he's had the brunt of the defense 3 years for us, and I'm sure he didn't have the season he wanted points-wise this year, but he never gave up and kept a good effort. And he's going to go down as one of the best free throw shooters we ever had in the school. So that's always something to hang his hat on for sure. And he had a good effort tonight, like you said, in the second half. He wasn't going to go down without a fight. He said it. He actually spoke up in the locker room, was the first player to talk about how these younger guys have got to do what they did by stepping in as sophomores and just leading the younger group, leading themselves. They're thrown into the fire. So he's been a good leader in that regard too.
Yeah, and of course, you look at Rylan, who's not played as many minutes this year as he has in years past, but he's been a great positive influence on the team. Preston's made a lot of plays for you on the floor, but a good leader as well. And then you also throw Dawson in there, who's done just a little bit of everything over his time as well.
Yeah, for sure. With Rylan, his minutes aren't quite what they were the first 2 years. He was another one that started some games as a sophomore, so he was thrown in there as well. And, his head never dropped this season. Saw tonight he came out, played well first quarter. Maybe we should have kept him in there longer, You always question yourself and stuff like that, but he played great. He was positive after the game. They were all down. They were sad, but, man, we can't thank him enough for sticking with it. And, Dawson, he's one of the leaders of that group. You look at that group, kind of good leaders that do a lot of things, but Dawson's one that can connect with all of them. One of them gets out of line, he'll step up and let them know if they need to get back in there. And so he's definitely the captain of that group. And I don't know if he knows how good of a ball player he could be sometimes. I know he's a little under the weather right now, but he plays so hard for us. Great defender. That's one thing this group does so well. But they need to pass on to the younger guys. There's some offensive talent in this program, like I've said before, but they can't play D like these guys. It'll be a long season for them. Then Wellman, our last one, Preston, and he took tonight as hard as anybody, and I think it's because, he got that opportunity to start. He's playing well. The team's, I think we were tied, or at least winning when he came out.
Right.
So, and then he doesn't get back in, so I understand his frustration. But he's another one that, man, he's been a leader for us. He's like another coach on the bench over there calling out plays and what our offense or defense needs to do. He always is the last one to leave the locker room. He'll clean it up for me, so that's awesome. So he's done great.
Yeah, he has for sure. But on the plus side, your JV team finished the season on a high note tonight, 58-17. Steve Roof and the guys, man, what a season they've had. And they're going to be instrumental in your preparation going into next week, too.
Oh, that's right. They got to get up with us in the morning, get ready to work tomorrow and Monday. But they had an awesome season, 15-7, the best we've had in a few years for sure at the JV level. So that's positive moving forward in the future.
Definitely. Well, I know it's tough to lose this one tonight, but Ross, still time to get ready for Tuesday. Let's see if the guys can turn it around against Brownstown over at Madison. Appreciate you joining us. Looking forward to talking to the seniors, and we'll look forward to talking to you prior to the game on Tuesday night over there at Madison.
Sounds good. Thanks for being here.
All right, Ross Schultz joining us here at our Davis Crushstone post-game show, head coach of the Cougars. Now we'll line up the second half of the senior class here as Logan Hune joins us first here. Logan, of course, had 10 points tonight. He is one of the guards on this North Harrison team, one of those guys who's been a third-year varsity player as well. Logan with us now. Man, tough way to lose tonight here at home to Christian Academy. You guys didn't quit and stayed with it, and that just seems like that's kind of been the personality of this team all season. You guys just keep going after it no matter what.
Yeah, we've grown a lot since last year. It's been crazy how much we've grown. We've came together and we just trusted each other. So we're playing like that on the floor, which tremendously helps, and we came close to many games that we should have won, but it doesn't go that way every game, so we play our heart out every game, so
Yeah, and you guys have improved immensely over the last 2 years, especially you guys in the senior class. I mean, you go from 2 wins your sophomore year to 6 wins to 10 wins. First time the Cougars have won 10 games in 4 years, which is a nice accomplishment in and of itself. But I know you guys want more than that. You want to go into the postseason, got things to prove. So what's this season been like as far as getting this team together and getting everybody on the same wavelength?
We've just been working, trusting each other, like I said. I mean, it comes in practice every day. We got to work hard, play hard, and it shows on the court.
And practice, obviously, as you know, Logan, that's where you develop your habits, and that's translated over to the floor for the positive most of the season for you guys.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, and obviously, I mean, you guys have a really close group. You guys as seniors have become close as well, but you've also brought in the rest of these guys, the juniors, the sophomores, and now the freshmen this year. So it seems like it's really brought you guys together, and it's not just on the floor, it's even off the floor too, isn't it?
Yeah. That's what I was just telling our lower classmen, that you can't stop working. I mean, we, like you said, we went 2-21 our first year, and then 6, and then 10. It's like you can't give up. You just got to keep working.
Yeah. And so, what's it been like working with these younger guys for you this year?
They're a positive group. They come at it every day, and they do hit us hard sometimes, but we get back up.
Yeah. Oh, that's good for you guys, though, because it doesn't just help you guys. It's also helped the JV team. They've had a great season, obviously, coming in mostly freshmen, but that's helped you guys out. I think that's why you guys have grown as a team this year.
Yeah, they're a great group. They play hard. They play as a team, too. I kind of see them as us this year, that they're going to be a good group in the next few years.
Yeah, future is bright. You guys have certainly been a part of laying a foundation for that going forward as well. So, obviously, you're going to the postseason Tuesday night. Brownstown, a team you know. You played them back in December, gave them a good game for most of that night. So, what are you expecting Tuesday in the first round of sectional?
I'm expecting us to play hard. We got to block out. That's something that we struggled with then, and we just need to play our game.
Yeah, exactly right, for sure. So I want to ask you, too, I know some seniors, you get to this point of the year, your class load isn't as heavy as it has been. So what's that been like for you here in your senior year?
I take 2 classes a day, and then I go work.
Great. So you do that. So, I mean, it's crazy to think now you're in your senior year and it's winding down. I mean, it just goes by fast, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's went by crazy fast. I haven't even realized that it's senior year and it's almost over already. It's almost spring break.
Yeah, it's crazy. I mean, here we are, and obviously March starts on Sunday now, and so, I mean, that means it's tournament time, but, I mean, you guys have kept a positive attitude all season. Got to keep that as well. And so as far as after high school, what's that look like for you right now?
I plan on attending IUS and majoring in information technology.
Fantastic. So that'll be great. Well, Logan, appreciate you joining us here in our post-game coverage. Thank you so much. And we look forward to seeing you guys Tuesday night over at Madison.
Thank you.
All right, Logan Hune joining us here at our Davis Crushed Toad post-game show as the seniors line up. 3 more coming up here, and Preston Wellman will step up to the microphone next. Fort Worth Harrison as the Cougars fall 58-52 to Christian Academy tonight. Well, like I said to Logan, disappointing result tonight for you guys, but at the same time, it's been a really good season, improvement and growth. So what's it been like from your vantage point?
Yeah, I could see we've improved the season together as a team. Last year was a lot of arguing between the team, and I feel like we've improved on that. And especially in practice, we were always kind of fighting and bickering. Yeah, we're kind of practicing as a team. And that's where we've improved at, playing as a team. Yeah.
Yeah, and obviously you guys look like you're a much closer team this year, not just you as seniors, but also the underclassmen as well. And it seems like you guys as seniors have taken the initiative to bring the team closer together this year.
Yeah, we have a great bond with the underclassmen. Get along very well, and we just all hang out after practice, during practice, get to see each other at school. It's great.
I was going to say, it's not just something on the court, it's also off the court as well with you guys, isn't it?
Yeah, before every home game, we go to Garrett's house and his mom make us all food. It's just a great experience. We went outside today and played bucket golf before the game. That's the things you'll remember.
Absolutely. And those things definitely do help with the team camaraderie as well, keeping the morale up with the team. And it seems like that's made a difference this year. And obviously you guys go out there, you play for each other out there on the floor. It's really a team effort out there.
Yeah, we play as a team. Good.
Yeah, and you guys have grown a lot this year, of course. Mentioned to Logan the progression you guys as seniors have made, going from 2 to 6 to 10 wins over the last 3 years. And so what's that been like, seeing that development this year with this group coming together the way they have?
Yeah, It just all goes back to us practicing every day. And, you know, we were always younger. Now we're kind of seniors or bigger, and we all worked as a team and got better.
Yeah, and it seems like you guys as seniors, I mean, like I say, you guys get along really well together. And it seems like all of you, even though there are 8 of you, you all kind of have your own way of leading the team, whether that's vocally, leading by example. So how does that work for you?
I feel like my role is just to be there and, you know, call out things on the court, like somebody's coming behind, go in and play defense. And that's my role, you know. I try to go as far as I can in practice, prepare them for the games, you know, scout team, because that's my role. Gotta know that.
Yeah, and of course you guys have a fairly quick turnaround because you play Tuesday night, Brownstown over at Madison in the first round of sectional. So, I mean, obviously want to turn it around and go in ready for that one. So what are you expecting to see Tuesday night?
I'm expecting us to go out there and beat them, go play Silver Creek,
Yeah,
go to the championship.
that's the kind of attitude you got to have for sure going into this. So, Preston, what is what's the semester of the year been like for you here in your senior year as far as classes go?
Well, I go to school for 4 periods and eat lunch and go to work, come to practice, have fun, and then eat the same thing every day.
Wow, sounds good. So what's after high school look like for you at this point?
I'm kind of in between of going to college or working with my dad. I think I'm going to work with my dad. Travels.
That sounds great. Well, we appreciate you joining us here in our post-game coverage tonight, Preston. Thank you so much, and we look forward to seeing you guys in the sectional Tuesday night.
Thank you.
All right, Preston Wellman joining us here. He's with us at our Davis Crushstone post-game show. It's Christian Academy beating North Harrison tonight, 58-52 in the varsity game, while the JV game went to the Cougars 58-17. Rylan Shank steps up now, 6'3" senior forward for the Cougars. Got to start tonight, got the team off to a really nice start as well, along with Caden out there as he joins us here. Well, Rylan, I know obviously it's a tough way to go down, lose your last game of the regular season, but how much fun have you had this season with this team?
Yeah, it's definitely a tough way to go down, but it's been a blast. I mean, I've lost some minutes to some other guys, but other than that, I mean, I've had a blast with these guys. I've been with them since 7th grade, and I'm there in middle school. Ever since. Love this group. We play together well.
Yeah, we raised the mic just a little bit there on the headset. There we go. So, yeah, but I mean, it's been a lot of fun. It looks like this year, like I've been talking about with the other guys, it seems like you guys as a senior class really came together and took ownership of leading the team this year. So what's that been like from your vantage point?
Yeah, we've tried to take some of the underclassmen under our wings a little bit and, you know, show them how it is, because they next year are going to be in kind of the same position we were this freshman class that just came in. They're going to be sophomores, and they're going to have a senior class that doesn't really have a whole lot going. I mean, you got Talon, Corey, and Garrett, but they're going to be a sophomore class that's got to step up and really play a big role. And, I mean, 2 of them are probably going to have to start, so they're going to have to step up. And we've tried to show them the ropes, teach them how it is, and rough them up in practice.
Yeah, got to get them ready for that, right?
Yeah.
No doubt. I mean, because as you know, it's a big transition when you go from 8th grade to JV, but then you go from JV to varsity, and it's kind of like a quantum leap, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely. And it's just the level of physicality on a varsity level is just, it's a drastic difference from middle school and JV, honestly. I mean, I'm a pretty big kid, so it wasn't the hardest for me, but some of these freshmen are, you know, they're a little smaller, so in practice, we just try and, you know, teach them, show them what a varsity level is like, and the physicality that we want to bring is comparisons.
Absolutely. You guys have done that this year. You guys have really taken ownership of being a better defensive team this year. And, of course, it seems like it's really helped you guys a lot as far as not just staying in games, but being confident and hanging together as well.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, there's days where we thrive offensively, and then there's games where we, you know, can't really put it together on offense, but where we lack on offense, we pick it up on defense. And we kind of take pride in that as North Harrison, and I feel like it's always been the narrative for North Harrison to be a physical, strong, good defensive team, but we try and, you know, take pride in that and carry on the legacy, I guess you could say.
Yeah, certainly. Got to carry that on For sure. I mean, I know tonight you got off to a great start, made that 3 early on. You're 6 out of 12 from behind the arc this year, and I know that's not necessarily your game, but what's that been like being able to knock down some trays this year?
Oh, it's been great. I mean, I love it. If I get the chance, I try and let it fly as much as I can. So, yeah, it's been real fun.
As long as it's a good look, right?
Yeah.
Exactly. You don't want to just go down and just haphazardly chuck something up there for sure. Yeah. So it's been great to watch. So how have classes been going for you here in your senior year?
They've been great, honestly. I mean, I'm having fun. I'm enjoying this year as much as I can while it lasts. So they've been great. I got my buddies in my classes, and I go to Prosser, so it's fun.
Fantastic. So what are you planning on doing after high school then?
I want to go into software engineering. I'm going to go to Louisville and go into software engineering and cybersecurity.
Wow, that's impressive.
Yeah.
So you have a passion for computers and what goes into that then?
I like the idea of working remote and working from home and being able to, do my own thing and have projects that I can work on and control myself. So a lot of that.
All right. Well, that sounds interesting for sure. And obviously you guys got to turn your attention to Tuesday now and get ready for sectional play against Brownstown. Big game for you guys coming up here.
Yeah. We played them earlier on in the season, and I think we should have won the game. The outcome obviously wasn't that, but I think we can hold on to that team very, very easily, actually, because, I mean, at halftime, I think we were only down 2, maybe, and we just didn't really bring the energy that second half, so hopefully on Tuesday we can carry over and bring that in.
Hopefully so. We look forward to seeing you guys over there at Madison on Tuesday. Rylan, thank you for joining us here in our postgame. We appreciate it, and we look forward to seeing how you guys do Tuesday night. Hopefully get a first-round win against Brownstown.
Yep, no problem. Look forward to it.
All right, thanks, Rylan. Appreciate it. Rylan Shank joining us here at our Davis Crushstone postgame show. One more senior, Dawson Sen, will step to the microphone now. Got a chance to chat with his mom, Tara, helping out with the girls' staff back during sectional. And now Dawson getting ready for sectional on the boys' side. He joins us now. Well, I know it's a tough loss here tonight for you guys going into sectional, but, I mean, you guys have had a really good season overall, shown a lot of improvement. So how's that been looking at it from your vantage point, Dawson?
It's pretty good. From our past couple seasons have been rough. We came in this year working pretty hard.
Yeah, it looks like that hard work has certainly paid off. You've had a lot of good wins this year. You've really come together as a team and as a senior class as well. It seems like you guys have really turned the culture around this year as well.
Yeah. Back in middle school, we played together all the time. Didn't really lose much. And then freshman year, we got split up. JV, varsity, freshman team.
Right.
So we lost all that chemistry we had. So it was rough getting back into it after that. But this year I think we turned it around pretty well.
Yeah, and I'm just talking to the rest of the guys, not just tonight, but obviously the last time we were here for the Clarksville game, it seems like you guys as a senior class took it upon yourselves to really take the leadership mantle and kind of set the tone for the rest of the guys. So what's that been like doing that this year?
We got a big senior class, so building these younger guys up. The incoming freshmen now are going to be pretty big role next year because we're losing 8 guys this year, and then we got 2 juniors now that play for varsity. So that freshman group's going to have to step it up a lot, and I think they can do it because they're pretty good.
Yeah, and as obviously Rylan and Logan and Preston all pointed out, you guys were in a similar spot yourselves a couple of years ago, so you guys have that wisdom and that experience of having been where those guys are going to be going forward.
Yeah, we got thrown into it our sophomore year. Not a lot of experience at all because most of us played AV freshman year a little bit. So being only varsity our sophomore year and having to take that role on was pretty tough.
Absolutely. Yeah, definitely it was. But you guys have grown from it. Obviously, it's not something you enjoy going through, but it did help you guys a lot, especially going into this year. And it's been a noticeable difference all throughout the season. Defensively, you guys have really taken a lot of pride in that side of the floor, haven't you?
Yeah, I think our defense is pretty good. I think that's where we thrive, really. You just struggle offensively sometimes. shots don't fall and take stupid turnovers and stuff. So it's rough.
Yeah, it comes with the territory sometimes with the varsity game, as you know very well. And obviously, you're going into sectional next week, Brownstown coming up, a game you guys were in most of that night when you went up there in December. You guys get another shot at them coming up on Tuesday.
Yeah, I think we can beat them. First time we played them is we were with them, and then third quarter we struggled pretty bad. So I think if we just play hard the whole time, we can have a chance to beat them.
Yeah, no doubt about it. And, of course, I've mentioned talking to your mom during the sectional there. She was an assistant on the girls' staff this season with Dakota Brooks. And her being in coaching, I mean, how much has she influenced you as far as your game in basketball?
A lot. She pushes me all the time to work hard and get in the gym, get better. Probably my biggest supporter in basketball.
Yeah, and of course she played here at North Harrison, so she understands what that's like going through the rigors of varsity. So I'm sure she's had a lot of good advice for you as far as that goes.
Yeah, she tells me all the time about her high school experience.
Played for Coach Boyles and the rest of the coaches here at North Harrison too. Also, got a lot of stories there, right?
Yeah, a lot of them. She loves to tell me about them.
That's wonderful. It keeps the history of the program alive too, for sure. So obviously, I mentioned to the rest of the guys, some guys have a lighter load this semester with your senior year. So what's that look like for you as far as classes go?
What do you mean?
As far as classes, like how've classes been going for you here in your senior year?
Oh, good. I only got 2. D for Prosser, so
yeah,
it's good.
Yeah, it makes it a little easier here down the home stretch, doesn't it?
Yeah, a lot easier.
So what's after high school look like as far as you know right now?
Maybe go to college if I have to. I'm getting ready to start an internship, I think, for electric, so I'll be working towards my electric license and stuff.
That sounds great. Yeah, definitely. And there's a need for that out there in the trades, no doubt about that. So, well, Dawson, we appreciate you joining us here at our post-game coverage. Thank you so much. And we look forward to seeing you guys Tuesday night over at Madison when you play Brownstown.
Yep. Thank you.
All right. Dawson Sen joining us here at our Davis Crushstone post-game show as the senior class gets through here at North Harrison tonight. Again, the final was 58-52 Christian Academy with the win here tonight over North Harrison. Cougars will have to turn it around to get ready for Tuesday night with Madison's second game over there at the Connor Salm Gymnasium on the campus of Madison Consolidated High School. We'll have that game after Corydon Central and Charlestown Tuesday night. Corydon Central Charlestown starts at 6 o'clock. Our Davis Crushstone pregame show around 5:40, and then we'll turn it around into game 2 when the Cougars and the Braves square off in that second matchup. Let's quickly run through rebounds, turnovers, and assists tonight. Christian Academy wins the rebounding 23-22 over the Cougars. They had 5 offensive rebounds, the Warriors, tonight. Noah Vance, 8 rebounds, 3 on the offensive end. Monroe Beardsley, 5 defensive rebounds. Porter Ritchie had 4 defensive rebounds tonight. Zeke Irwin, 3 rebounds, 2 on the offensive end. Cash Crawford, 2 rebounds, both defensive. And Gage Harrington with 1 rebound on the defensive end of the floor. 23 total rebounds, 5 offensive for the Warriors. For the Cougars, 22 rebounds, 3 on the offensive end. Meantime, Talon Lewis, 4 rebounds for him, 1 on the offensive end, the leader there. 4 guys had 3 rebounds tonight. Bryce Fessel and Dawson Sen each had 1 offensive rebound among their 3 total. Logan Hune and Corey Burson both had 3 rebounds. Caden Hain, 2 rebounds for him tonight on the defensive end. Jake Roof, Taden Rader, Rylan Shank, and Garrett Tucker all with 1 rebound apiece. All defensive tonight for the Cougars, 22 total rebounds, 3 on the offensive end. As far as turnovers, Christian Academy had 4 in the first half, 8 in the second half, 12 total turnovers tonight. The Cougars only turned it over twice in the first half, but had 8 turnovers in the final 2 quarters for a total of 10 on the night here at home. 8 assists for the Warriors on 20 made baskets. Noah Vance had 3 to lead the team there. Monroe Beardsley and Zeke Irwin had 2 assists apiece, and Cash Crawford had 1 assist. The Cougars 10 helpers on 17 made shots. Dawson 3 assists. Talon Lewis and Logan Hune 2 apiece. Caden Hain, Taden Rader, and Bryce Fessel all had an assist tonight for North Harrison as they fall 58-52. The JV did win to finish 15-7 with a 58-17 win over Christian Academy earlier tonight. one quick break. We'll come back. We'll wrap things up tonight here from the Cougar Den in Ramsey. You're listening to North Harrison Cougars basketball right here on 96.9 WKLO.
At Harrison County Hospital, your health is their top priority. Dr. John Gonzaba and the entire team at General Surgery Associates are proud to expand their surgical expertise with two outstanding surgeons. Dr. Karen Johnson Burkhorst specializes in appendectomy, breast surgery, colonoscopy, gallbladder surgery, hernia repair, and minimally invasive procedures. And Dr. Stephen Thomas focuses on wound care, skin cancers, diabetic foot issues, and more. Call 812-738-0177 today to schedule your appointment. Learn more at hchin.org.
North Harrison finishes with a total home record of 4-7 on the season, while Christian Academy will wrap up regular season play 6-4 in true road games as they get ready to go to Borden on Wednesday night to take on the host Braves in Sectional 63 Class 1A over there at the TP. That'll be the second game Wednesday night around 7:45. And again, we'll have a doubleheader coming up for you on Tuesday night here on 96.9 WKLO. Corydon Central and Charlestown will take part in game 1 over at Madison. And then after that, after Corydon Central Charlestown at 6, the second game will be North Harrison Brownstown. We'll have coverage of both games for you right here on 96.9 WKLO. So that'll be coming up next Tuesday night from Connors Salm Gymnasium, the host of Class 3A Sectional 30 this season. As we wrap things up for the night, we'd like to thank all of our great sponsors: Harrison County Hospital, Denny's Carpet, Our Place Drug and Alcohol Services in Corydon, Prosser Education Center in New Albany, Bender Lumber, First Harrison Bank, Jiffy Tax Shack in Tazewell, Morgan's Auto Salvage in Paoli, and Davis Crush Stone in DePaul. Most of all, thanks to you for listening to our North Harrison boys basketball broadcast tonight. Again, the final score on the First Harrison Banking Butler scoreboard: Christian Academy 58, North Harrison 52. Warriors will go into sectional play at 11-12 on the season, while the Cougars, 3 straight losses, fall to 10-13 after taking the L here at home tonight. We will join Indiana Sports Talk with Bob Lovell in progress as we wrap up. We thank you for listening to our broadcast and for tuning into our postgame coverage presented by Davis Crush Stone, located at 8605 Big John Road in DePaul. For all of your crushed stone, lime, and aggregate needs, call Davis Crush Stone at 812-347-2707. For our statistician and analyst, Greg Deaton, I'm David Deaton, saying have a great night and a great weekend here from the Cougar Den on the campus of North Harrison High School in Ramsey. Also want to wish all the best to the Borden Lady Braves and the Eastern Lady Musketeers as they go compete for state championships tomorrow morning and tomorrow afternoon. You can listen to the 1 and 2A games, the IHSAA Champions Radio Network broadcast starting at 10:30 tomorrow morning right here on 96.9 WKLO. Borden and Fremont in the 1A championship. In the 2A championship, it'll be Oak Hill taking on Eastern Pekin. We thank you again for joining us tonight and for listening to our postgame coverage presented by Davis Crush Stone, located at 8605 Big John Road in DePaul. For all of your crushed stone, lime, and aggregate needs, call Davis Crush Stone at 812-347-2707. For our statistician and analyst, Greg Deaton, I'm David Deaton, saying have a great night from the Cougar Den on the campus of North Harrison High School here in the town of Ramsey. Keep your heads held high, love each other, be a light in your community, and may God bless America. You've been listening to coverage of North Harrison Cougars basketball right here on 96.9 WKLO.
This broadcast on Real Country 96.9 WKLO has been made possible by our incredible community sponsors: Davis Crush Stone, Dr. Black's Eye Associates, Denny's Carpet, First Harrison Bank, Morgan's Auto Salvage, Our Place Drug and Alcohol Services, Prosser Career Education Center. Thanks for supporting local athletes, local schools, and local radio. This has been Real Country 96.9 WKLO, keeping our communities connected.